Now, we proudly present Berwick Bulldogs football on Pop Radio. Brought to you by Bob Subs, W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center, First Columbia Bank and Trust, Flick Brothers Electric, Independence Ford, Preferred Portables, Mayo Funeral Home, Neighbor Fence Company, S.J. Kowalski, Reds Roofing, Nespoli Jewelers, ND Accounting, Mason Monogram, Eco First, Lehigh Valley Health Network, and Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg. Now, with Andy Ulickney, here's the voice of the Dogs, Jim Doyle.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight from Crispin Field in Berwick, it's the Bulldogs against the Ironmen of Danville. I am Jim Doyle, joined by Andy Lickney. The producer of this broadcast is Julie Lentz. Well, it has been a very, very difficult season for Berwick High School football. Bulldogs lost their head coach to health issues after the first game of the season. They've had some inexperience issues. They've had some injury issues. And, of course, there is that schedule. Berwick 2-5. Those 5 losses are to teams who currently have a combined 29-6 record. In fact, 3 of the teams that Berwick has lost to are still undefeated as we get set to kick off the 8th weekend of the regular season in high school football. It doesn't get any easier for Berwick tonight. In fact, you heard Bo Orlando moments ago say it might be the most talented team that we're going to face this season, and that is saying something. The Ironmen of Danville come in with a 6-1 record. The only reason they're not undefeated is they lost to undefeated Southern Columbia. This is a team with a dynamite passing attack led by junior quarterback Matt Patrick. Bo Sheptok, who played as a freshman and as a sophomore here at Berwick, transferred to Danville. He's their leading rusher. They're not bad on defense as well. So this is a very, very good team. Good news for Berwick, and boy, they've been desperate for some good news, is Billy Hansen is back in uniform. We don't know how much he'll be able to go. He is nursing an injury, but he is the Bulldogs' leading receiver. He is the Bulldogs' best defensive back. So if he can contribute, that would be a big help. But then they lose Jimmy DeAndrea, their 3rd leading rusher, and a very physical linebacker. He's out for this game with an injury. They do get back Adam Weiss, who's playing for the first time this season. He's had a number of injuries. He's a big senior at 6'4", 235 pounds. We might see him as the blocking tight end. So that's the matchup for the Bulldogs tonight as they play Danville. Last year, the first time these teams met since 1984. Overall, it's the 46th meeting between these two teams. Last year was no contest. Danville won 35-0. That was on their way to their 3rd consecutive District 4 championship. Mike Brennan was the coach of that team. He got out of coaching, moved back to his hometown of Pottsville. Carl Major, former Bulldog himself, in fact, from the class of 1986, had some success at Northwest. He's in his first year at Danville, and they are doing very, very well. Andy Ulickney with us for Bulldogs football tonight. Andy, it's very seldom, if ever, we come to this point of the season, and we look at a really good team like Danville and see considerably more passing yards than rushing yards. It's not that they can't run it, but they love to throw it.
Oh, they really do. 242 yards a game is unbelievable on the high school level, but they have the tools. Matt and Patrick, you mentioned, is an amazing quarterback, 1,466 yards in the air. A bevy of good receivers. You know, which one do you start with? Double cover one. The others are going to find openings. They're just very, very strong. Now, I sometimes feel that when the cold weather comes in, it makes it a little tougher on teams that are primarily pass, but they can run as well. 125 yards a game. So they seem to have that balance. They're strong on defense. They seem to have it all.
Considering what Danville has in the passing game, it could be a better time for Billy Hansen to return for the Bulldogs.
Oh, most assuredly. Billy Hansen's their best man in the secondary, their best coverage man. They wish they had 4 of them back there. But I've been impressed with the play of Josh Kishbob. I think Brandon Hawkins has found a good position at the safety. Gavin Galush is one of those super frosh who's looking good, but they're going to have their hands full A lot of people to cover and a quarterback who can scan the field and read his progressions.
Andy, we'll be by later with the keys to tonight's game. When we return, we'll hear from Carl Major, the head coach of the Ironmen of Danville. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
Even though it's Halloween at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg, we're not afraid. We're not afraid of the strike because we have over 90 new Buicks and GMCs in stock now and more on the way. Plus, we need your trade. So we're also giving you a 20% buyback bonus on your trade. You'll get 20% over the KBB fair trade value. So there's nothing to fear here. Just great selection, great deals, and more for your trade. All this month at Alexander Family Buick GMC. The lowest price guaranteed.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick High School marching band under the direction of Anthony McDonald, entertaining the crowd here at Crispin Field before we kick off weekend number 8 of the high school football regular season as the Bulldogs go against the Ironmen of Danville. Danville junior Matt Patrick is the most prolific quarterback Berwick will have faced this season. Coming into tonight's game, he has thrown for over 1,400 yards and 25 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. Danville coach Carl Major on what makes Patrick so good.
He has the game slowed down. I call him my X factor. He just understands the coverages. He's an older junior that understands the game, knows where the windows are and how to look off the first receiver to the third receiver and get the ball there. And he has a great arm. He's nice size. He's 6'1", like 175 pounds. And like I said, he's only a junior, but he has slowed the game down, and it's a tremendous advantage having that kind of a quarterback back there.
You're playing at Berwick, where you played your high school football. I know you'll probably try to treat it like any other game, but will it be something a little special for you?
Well, sure. Anytime when you go back home and want to play the Bulldogs, and you're a Bulldog yourself, and there's a special bond there. But you're also the other team coming into town and have to prove a point. We're 6-1 and we got to keep it going, and we're going to play a tough Berwick game.
Well, Berwick's not having a good season, but I think if you watched them the last couple of weeks, which I'm sure you did, they have been getting better. What specific concerns do you have about them?
Well, I don't think there's ever a bad Berwick team in my eyes. I mean, these guys are big, they're strong up front, and hey, look at what they did to Dallas last year. I mean, nobody expected them to win against Dallas. They were undefeated coming in there, and they pounded them. And you take a team lightly, especially Berwick, and at Crispin Field with Coach Curry looking over, you never know what can happen. So you got to have everybody ready and play your game and play it to your level.
That's Carl Major, now in his first season as head coach of the Ironmen of Danville. Played his high school football right here at Crispin Field under head coach George Curry. Carl, a 1987 grad. He was a teammate of Berwick's Kaz Curry, who we'll be talking to at halftime concerning a ceremony that went on at 5 o'clock this afternoon. To our left is Mulberry Street. Well, a stretch of Mulberry Street that parallels Crispin Field is now known as George Curry Way for the legendary late head coach of the Bulldogs. And Kaz will tell us about that ceremony at halftime. But Carl was 55 and 35 in two different stints at Northwest High School. He replaces Mike Brennan, who had 3 terrific seasons at Danville. 30 wins, just 7 losses, and 3 district titles. Carl has kept that thing going. 6-1 is the record for the Ironmen coming in. They are currently in the power rankings in District 4 AAA, number 1, followed by Loyalsock. It looks like Danville and Loyalsock will be on a collision course in the postseason for the district title. And that should be a terrific game because Danville's only had 2 competitive games this season. One was a loss to Southern Columbia. The other was a 28-25 win over Loyalsock. The Ironmen against the Bulldogs. Will check the starting lineup offensively for Danville. When we return, you're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 60 months. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland. Online at WNLMazda.com. Financing for well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other offers. See dealer for complete details. Ends October 31st.
The subs at Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick have so much meat in them you'll be having leftovers for days. The Italian is piled high with fresh slices of ham, capicola, salami, and pepperoni on a freshly baked bun. Bob's cheesesteak oozes with cheesy goodness woven into a mountain of thinly sliced ribeye steak. So if you're tired of bland, unsatisfying subs, Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick is your new go-to. With over 22 different kinds of sumptuous, hearty subs, you'll find just the 1 or 2 to cure your cravings. And the pizza at Bob's Subs and Pizza, oh, it's so good. Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick. Taste the difference.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh, I might cry.
Hey, that's Jen Mapes from Mapes Farm Fresh in New Berlin. They're one of this year's recipients in the Seven Mountains Media Local Business Grant.
We're a very small family dairy farm, and I know this $10,000 grant's really going to help us out.
The Seven Mountains Media Local Business Grant is proudly supported by these amazing local businesses: W&L, Subaru, Mazda, Nissan, Rocky Auctions, and Wise Markets.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
46th meeting between Danville and Berwick tonight here at Crispin Field. Last year, as I mentioned earlier, first meeting since 1984. Unfortunately, the series will not be continued. They may play sometime in the future, but not next season. Here is the starting lineup offensively for Danville. At a wide receiver, number 7, Carter Rauch. Just a sophomore, 6 foot, 155 pounds. 30 receptions on the season for 403 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's also carried the ball 5 times for 28 yards and a score. Their left tackle and a terrific lineman, Justin Kutcher. He wears number 53. He is 6'1", 265, a senior. Joe Scheip is the starting left guard. He wears number 50. He's 6 foot, 218, a senior. The starting center for the Ironmen, number 54, Lincoln Deal, 5'11", 195-pound junior. Jack Malloy starts at right guard. He wears number 52. He's 5'11", 205, a junior. The right tackle is Chase Miller, number 55, 6'1", 205, a junior. At another wide out and another receiver with 30 receptions, Aaron Johnson, the speedster, number 21, 5'10", 170-pound senior. 30 catches for 673 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's averaging over 22 yards a reception. Another wide receiver is number 4, Cole Duffy, 5'9", 155, a junior. 17 receptions on the season for 144 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's averaging over 20 yards a reception. And Cameron Kirsch, number 34, who's a terrific linebacker on defense, is a good wide receiver on offense. 6'1", 210, a junior. 18 receptions for 339 yards and 5 touchdowns. Those touchdown passes coming from one Madden Patrick, number 13, a 6', 175-pound junior. You know, when he was a freshman, there was an injury to the starting quarterback, Zach Gordon, around mid-season, and Patrick had to fill in, and he ended a half season of play with 1,357 yards and 12 touchdowns. Last year, with Gordon back healthy, he served as the backup. This year, it's his show, and what a show it has been for the Ironmen, who average over 42 points a game, over 242 yards passing a game. Their leading rusher is number 2, Bo Sheptog, returning to the stadium where he played the last 2 seasons. He's 5'11", 175, a junior, 614 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 9.7 yards a carry. He's also caught 10 passes for 128 yards and 4 touchdowns. Those are the starters for the Ironmen of Danville. Under Carl Major, in his first season as head coach, they come in with a record of 6-1. We'll check the starters for the Bulldogs when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number 1 when you have to go number 2.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Beautiful night for high school football here at Crispin Field. We'll get a little crisp before the night's out. Temperature's supposed to drop into the 40s, but in the 50s right now. Just a perfect night as we kick off weekend number 8 of the high school football regular season. Starting lineup for Berwick, the tight end number 34, Harrison Snyder, 6'3", 220, a senior. 3 receptions of the season for 37 yards. We also mentioned earlier, number 8, Aiden Wiest, has had a series of injuries. This is his first time in uniform this season. 6'4", 235, a senior. The left tackle, number 56, J.J. Leonard, 6 foot, 230, a sophomore. The left guard and the only senior on the offensive front for the Bulldogs is number 78, Liam Carroll, 5'10", 232 pounds. The starting center is number 51, Gavin Jones, 5'7", 195, a junior. The right guard is number 62, Matt Gordner, 6 foot, 265, a sophomore. The right tackle is big number 64, Chase Shucker, 6'1", 268, a junior. We mentioned that Billy Hansen is in uniform tonight. He'll see how much he can go. He's recovering from an injury. He is still the leading receiver for the Bulldogs with 20 catches, 153 yards, and a touchdown. The quarterback is number 3, Ethan Lear, 6'1", 185, a senior. 52% of his passes completed for 539 yards. He is also the second leading rusher on this team with 308 yards and 5 touchdowns. The leading rusher is number 5, Tyler Winter. He is 5'7", 165, a senior, 101 carries, 598 yards. He's averaging just under 6 yards a carry, and he's had 8 touchdown runs. He has had a terrific senior season. Among the wideouts, in addition to Billy Hansen, we'll see Josh Kishbaugh, a 5'10", 160-pound senior, 11 catches for 118 yards. And the second leading receiver is Ty Wilkerson, a speedy sophomore, 6'1", 165. Ty wears number 20, 15 receptions on the season for 108 yards. Those are the starters offensively for the Bulldogs under acting head coach Bo Orlando. They come in with a 2-5 record into this game against Danville tonight. The keys to tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
Well, Jim, the keys to this game, you're going to see 2 very strong offenses, teams that can move the ball in unique ways. So I think the defenses may become the keys. When you look at Danville's amazing passing game, boy, they can do it. 242 yards a game. That's many teams don't get that much in total offense a game. Madden Patrick leads the way. You've gone over his numbers, 25 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. That's an amazing ratio. Passing at 64% and all kind of yardage in there. And you can't really key on any one receiver. He has a bevy of strong receivers. Who's to say who's the best? Aaron Johnson gets 96 yards in receptions a game, 11 touchdowns, averages 22.4 yards a catch. Those are amazing numbers. Carter Raup chips in with 403 yards in receptions, 57 a game. Cole Duffy, 20.6 yards a catch. Cameron Kirsch, 5 touchdown receptions. Bo Sheptock has just 10 catches, but 4 of those for touchdowns. So you can't really key, you can't really double team. You're going to have to, work yourself. What's Berwick need to do? I think part of it's going to be pressure. I think you're going to have to really put pressure on the quarterback and hope he doesn't have time to get it off. The key man in that pressure is number 34, Harrison Snyder. He's been doing it all year. They moved him up to defensive tackle after the first couple games of the season, and he's been a force. No one's really been able to stop him. So from the standard 3-man front, he'll come and give pressure. But I expect we'll see a good bit of blitzing out of the linebackers. Now, Jimmy DeAndrea, not able to play. So we're going to see, different looks with Everett Snyder on the inside and maybe freshman Brock Simpson there. They're going to team up and, hope to do the job along with Liam Carroll inside. They may be coming. And then again on the outside beyond that, you have Skylar Neville, who has really impressed me. And so is Tyler Wilkerson. So I expect to see, a lot of blitz packages to put pressure on and a lot of Harrison Snyder trying to defeat his man to keep the Danville passing game in check. Flip it around. Danville has to stop Berwick's zone read, and very few teams have been able to do that. Berwick has great timing in reading this option type of game. Can you stop Tyler Winter on the quick hitters? Ethan Lear, the quarterback's going to ride him to the line, and if he sees that stopped, he'll pull it out, he'll take it himself. And it's tough. It's a unique style of offense. Until Dallas last week, we haven't seen teams able to stop it. And, Dallas just limited the amount of offensive plays. That was part of it. Berwick really hopes they can get that zone read going tonight, play some ball control. But Danville's defense is very, very strong as well. Whatever level you look at, the defensive line is solid. They're very athletic, 200-pounders. They're very strong at linebacker, in particular Cameron Kirsch on the inside. Aaron Johnson's flanking him on one side. And in the secondary, well, we've seen Bo Sheptock and his ability, led Berwick in tackles the other years. He likes to come up and try to stop the run as well. So he plays a rather free safety that likes to play it like a linebacker. So Danville has to stop that zone read. Berwick's going to have to stop that very potent passing game.
The other thing that sometimes helps when you're trying to pull a big upset, which would be if Berwick wins tonight, is get some turnovers. However, Matt Patrick has thrown only 3 interceptions all season. Berwick does not have a single interception on defense. So something has to give in that department. It is Friday the 13th, though.
Yeah. You always play it. You're at Crispin Field. There's been a lot of different ceremonies going into this one, a lot of other factors that often pep up a team. Berwick's hoping Danville overlooks it. We'll see.
As you can tell, the Bulldogs making their way on the near side of the field. Blue jerseys, white helmets, white pants, white numerals and trim. Across the way from us, the Ironmen of Danville. Orange helmets, orange pants, orange numerals with the white jerseys. Again, this is a series that goes way back. First one was in 1903, but when they played last year at Ironman Stadium, it was the first meeting of the two schools since 1984. So it hasn't been one they played very often. It was all Danville last year. On paper, it appears to be the same way, but the game was not played on paper. It'll be played here on the turf at Crispin Field, home to Berwick football since 1929. The officiating crew for this game, the referee is John Basic. Chris Basic is the umpire. The linesman is Ned Caffrey. Charles Scandra is the line judge. The field judge is Jeremy Yarish. And Frank McCabe is the side judge. The officiating crew for this game. How about that? That's our first. That's our first. There is a drone circulating the field here at Crispin Field. We will have a delay until that drone leaves the area. And I think I see it off to the right.
Got a shotgun.
I can see the light on it.
Jimmy, have you seen Danville in this color uniform with the white and orange? I usually associate them with purple or darker colors. This is kind of unique for me. The white jersey and then orange everywhere else.
Usually there is some purple because they are orange and purple as their school colors, but I don't see any purple unless it's part of the trim as the captain's meeting at the center of the field with the officiating crew that I gave you. Hopefully the drone will be out of our area. Well, you do this long enough, and this is my 56th year. I can honestly say the first drone delay in 56 years.
Yeah, it's always something new, Jimmy Doyle. Always something new. The captains are separating. Danville declined, and Berwick will then accept to receive the football. That's how we'll start.
The other thing, we talked about Berwick's challenge defensively. The other way of playing defense is to play defense on offense. And we've seen Berwick from time to time this season able to do that with the running game. 5 yards here, 6 yards here, and you put together long drives.
Yeah, complementary football. You certainly want to limit how often Danville has the football, and the best way to do that is keep the ball offensively.
Berwick against Danville. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, W288CF Danville at 105.5, and streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Football from Crispin Field as Berwick goes against Danville. Andy, we talked about the homecoming of sorts for Carl Major, the former Berwick player who's on the Danville sidelines, their head coach. How about the unique situation of Roy Dennis, who calls the defense for the Bulldogs? He's been on Mike Brennan's staff at Danville for all three of those championship seasons.
Yeah, beloved Coach Jim. A lot of the players that he had coached, the linemen, were calling him during the week and say, hey, will you come over and see us? Will you do this? Will you do that with us? And Roy had to express, hey, you know, he has business to attend to first. And he's over in the booth upstairs, a couple booths over to our right, planning his strategies to call the defense.
As if Danville didn't have enough on offense and defense, they have a terrific place kicker.
Oh, do they?
In junior Garrett Hoffman. Good punter. He had 9 touchbacks in one game. It was their last game against Montoursville, which is unbelievable. And he approaches the football. Berwick moving from right to left. This game is underway as that kick lands about 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Yeah, unbelievable to see 9 touchbacks in one game until you see that kickoff and the power in that leg sailing well over the heads of the return men on into that Bulldogs end zone. Powerful lick.
Here's Danville's defense. Joe Shipe, or should we say Gabe Fowler at one defensive end, Chase Miller at the other, Carter Coombe and Lincoln Deal at the tackles. Inside linebackers Cameron Kirsch and Landon Kehoe. Outside Wyatt Schultz and Aaron Johnson. Secondary Cole Duffy and Gabe Petrus at the corners and Bo Sheptock at the safety.
Standard 4-4 look. A lot of teams go with it. It was my preferred defense. Bo Sheptock is a roving free safety, can either man up if they choose to against the pass or cheat up and play the run like a linebacker.
1st and 10 for Berwick. They have it at their own 20-yard line. Harrison Snyder is on a wing to the right side for blocking purposes. Out of the gun, Ethan Lear has the snap, rolls right to throw. Looks downfield, and he's going long, and it's incomplete. Intended for Josh Kishbaugh. Pretty good coverage out at midfield.
Yeah, the corner stayed with him all the way. There wasn't much of a play-action fake. The roll came his way. The corner realized it, so quickly dropped with the man. He had a cushion to begin with and stayed with Kishbaugh all the way down that far sideline.
I like the strategy, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you're going to pull an upset, you're not going to play it safe. You go for all of it at the start. Now Berwick, a slot to the left and a slot to the right. Lear on 2nd and 10. Has Winter as the running back to his right. Tyler Winter gets the call. His first carry of the night, and it's going nowhere. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. Standard dive over the right guard, and Danville's defense reacting. Defensive tackle, inside linebackers, stuffing that play, and there'll be no gain.
So now Berwick facing a 3rd down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Ethan Lear trotted to the sideline. Got the play call from offensive coordinator Nick Dawson. 3rd and 10. So the Danville defense has played well this season, giving up 12 points a game. 4 wide receivers to choose from. 3 of them are to the right. As Lear has the snap, and he's back to throw. Here comes a big pass rush. He rolls right. He looks downfield. He fires across his body. A dive for the ball at the 30, and it looks like Ty Wilkerson came up with it, and he might have a first down. That is a terrific catch. Wilkerson's had some problems with drops. That time, in traffic, he makes a great catch, but they're going to mark it 1 yard short at the 29.
When his quarterback scrambled, he had to come back for the ball, Jim, to open up. The secondary was right on his back, pouring over him. In fact, I was afraid it was going to be intercepted at first. But Wilkerson showed great hands. Berwick opting to punt because of the distance, Jim. The field position just is not good.
Bulldogs getting a man on late. Cole Duffy back in single safety. The punt by Braylon Hawkins hits in Berwick territory. And Danville, this high-powered offense, is going to have great field position. We'll see where they mark it.
Punt went off the side of his foot toward the Danville sideline and didn't even get halfway to the return men. So it will be on the Berwick side of the 50 at the 45-yard line.
16 yards on that punt. And, boy, that's just something you can't give an offense like Danville.
Well, and especially when you go back and looked at the 9-yard catch, made it fourth and less than a yard. I think you should have taken the risk when you get a punt like that.
Slot to the right, slot to the left. Play action. Patrick has a man, Aaron Johnson. Johnson has great speed. He's at the 25. He breaks one tackle and another and goes in for the touchdown. Boy, some really weak tackle attempts by the Bulldogs. But Johnson has great speed, and Danville uses about 5 seconds of their offense to get on the board.
His 12th touchdown reception of the year, Jim. And he's not going to hurt his average of 22.4 yards a catch with that 45-yarder. He's a tough runner as well, not just the speed, but he's very physical. Caught the hitch pass after a little fake inside. Used a little bit of interference, but as you mentioned, people should have been able to bring him down.
Extra point by Hoffman. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field, 10:02 to go, first quarter. Danville 7, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
About as bad a start to a game as you can have for the Bulldogs of Berwick. A 16-yard punt sets up Danville in Berwick territory. Then a quick out to Aaron Johnson. He uses his speed, takes advantage of some very, very poor tackling attempts. And Danville has a 7-0 lead. We played less than 2 minutes in this first quarter.
Garrett Hoffman going to right foot this off and probably get the end zone again. Yes.
No, it bounces at the 2, and Sean Bank is in trouble. He will be buried down at the 6-yard line. Boy, he let it go over his head, thinking it was going to go in the end zone. It did not. So Berwick with a bad punt and now a terrible play on special teams, and they are deep in their own territory.
I can understand him thinking, Jim, it looked like it was going to the end zone, but it bounced just shy of the goal line. If it hits the goal line, it's a touchback. I don't know if anyone was there looking, but it was that close. And then it pooches back toward him. He has to retreat, pick it up, and there's just nowhere to return.
Just when you think things can't get worse in the early going for Berwick, it just did. They have it at their own 7-yard line with a first down. Lear.
So instead of first.
Left. Call goes to Winter, looking for some running room. Breaks free at the 25 to 30. Down the far sideline, 35, 40, and out to the 44-yard line. Tyler Tyler Winter with a big run, and Berwick in business.
Landon Kehoe eventually able to catch him up with the angle, able to stop that from being a touchdown. He just split things into C-gap off the right side, got past the first. Stopping the touchdown.
Evidently, we have a timeout in the field. 9:45 to go in the first. 7-0 Danville. You're listening to Bulldogs Football Pop Radio.
Neighbor Fence. .1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at NeighborFenceCompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Back to action. Tyler Winter gets the call again, tries the left side, has some yardage. Right before that Danville timeout, Winter had a 30-yard run. This time he'll get 4 to the 46-yard line. 2nd and 6. Clock running 9:30 to go in the opening quarter. Danville with a 7-0 lead.
Big Aiden Weiss, who we have not seen all year, Jim, is in there as an H-back, and he's at the point of attack leading the way. They got the C-gap, but then the linebacker level eventually able to make the play.
2nd down and 6 Bulldogs at their own 46. Slot to the right side. Harrison Snyder on a wing to that side. Toss sweep to that side. Tyler Winter looking for a running room. Not much there. He'll get to maybe the 49-yard line to bring up a 3rd down play for Berwick.
The pitch goes backwards, so he has 6 yards to make up to get to the line of scrimmage. I thought he had a little bit more. They'll take that 3 to 4 yard gain, and they are getting past that first level, Jim. Nice blocking on the outside.
3rd down and 3. Adam Weiss leaves the Berwick offense. Another wide receiver in Caleb May replaces him for this 3rd and 3. Slot to the right, slot to the left. Empty backfield for Lear. And flags down on the play.
Lear was looking to run with it, Jim, a design quarterback run. But it will be whistled down.
And I think Danville was offside.
Yes, they were. I think Ethan Lear realizes, used to Caden's disadvantage. This is a jumpy team. They want to get the head start on the play. They've been beaten at the line of scrimmage in the last 2 runs. We'll call it 3 runs by Tyler Winter. And now in trying to paw at the ground and get the head start, they get drawn off sides.
1st and 10. Berwick at the Danville 46-yard line. Bulldogs trail in the early going 7-0. Slot to the left. Braylon Hawkins in the slot. Tight end on the left is Harrison Snyder. Toss sweep to the left as Tyler Winter is hit down after a short gain of a couple to the 44-yard line. Nice defense by Justin Kutcher, who's a terrific lineman for this Danville team.
Yeah, he has a bit of size, and he really smothered the ball carrier. In fact, we have a player down at the point of the tackle. Looks to be a lineman, looks to be center Gavin Jones, as they're going to tend to him.
Yeah, I saw him after the first series come off limping. And now he's down on the field. And down below us, Rocco Romeo taking some snaps.
It's not a position, well, you don't like to see an injury at any position. You don't want to see any player hurt. It's always safety first. But strategically, losing the center, the man who controls the snaps and gets the ball to the quarterback and works the cadence, especially in a situation where Ethan Lear wants to stagger the cadence, try to bark some people offside. You feel much more safe when you have your starting center in there, and that's going to force Berwick to juggle some people around.
Bulldogs on the road next week. They'll travel to Mountaintop to take on the Comets of Crestwood. Crestwood, of course, the powerhouse a year ago, winning the district title. Not so much this year, 3-4 coming in their game against Hanover tonight. And then the Bulldogs will close out the regular season here at Crispin Field 2 weeks from tonight against Hazleton area.
Gavin Jones being helped off the field and not putting any weight on his left foot. Whether it's an ankle or a knee injury, Jim, the trainers aren't quite carrying him, but he's just hopping on that right leg. Type of injury from what we see, we may not see any more of Gavin Jones in this game.
And he has been a steadying force in that center position. He is the smallest of the Berwick linemen, but has done a good job. So number 55, who I believe is Rocco Romeo, is at the center position now as Berwick faces a 2nd down and 8 at the Danville 44.
And they're in shotgun.
3 receivers to the left. Good snap, and there's a double handoff, and on his way around is Hawkins at the 35, at the 30, and at the 25-yard line. Berwick with a nice play as the call went from Lear to Tyler Winter, who tossed the ball to Hawkins. Good gain to the 23-yard line. That's a 21-yard pickup.
It's only his 4th carry up in the season, Jim. They haven't used him all that much, but he's been coming on in the second half of the season, both offensively and defensively. They've decided to throw the ball in this part of the season, and now another run, a 21-yarder on the reverse.
Hawkins in a slot to the right. Josh Kishbaugh outside of him. Empty backfield for Lear. And he fires it out to Winter, and it goes through his hands and incomplete. Thrown pretty hard by Lear. They had Tyler Winter, normally the running back, in a slot to the left. They tried a quick out to him. It didn't connect.
Yeah, they wanted sort of that wide receiver screen as he's in a tight slot. And the quarterback's just not that far from him. They throw it, it bounces off his fingers, and Danville diving after the ball, trying to come up with an interception.
8th play of this drive. It started back at the Berwick 7-yard line. It's now at the Danville 23. 7:41 to go in this opening quarter. And Danville leading Berwick 7-0.
And no problems with the shotgun sap since the injury to the center.
Now out of the pistol, Winter behind Lear. And Winter gets the call and tries the right side and will get very little, maybe a yard in the play.
Yeah, people really converging. Landon Kehoe coming in from a position. He's the 3rd leading tackler on the team, but he was one of 4 Danville players to converge there at the line of scrimmage.
We'll call it 3rd and 10. Little or no gain on that play as Lear trotted to the sideline to get the play call.
Will be 4th down territory, Jim. Pass, of course, you'd expect on 3rd and 10, but you can think of it as 2 chunks of 5 if you feel you can make something happen with the run. Maybe the running quarterback.
Winter to the left of Lear. Fake to him. Lear's going to the end zone for Caleb May. The ball is knocked down, incomplete. Berwick wants a penalty. Did they get one?
I don't see a flag, Jim. The fans certainly wanted the penalty. Did they drop one? Well, we'll see if they sort it out. No, I think they were just gathering the football.
Yeah, there is a flag. Just picked up now in the end zone.
There's a lot of traffic there, Jim. At least 2 Berwick people, I think 3 different Danville people in the area, all jockeying to get the football. Of course, you can't use your hands to pull people away. And Danville probably guilty of that.
Half the distance to the Danville 11. 3rd penalty against the Ironmen on this Berwick possession. They give it to Tyler Winter, and he's buried for a loss on the play.
Yeah, just nowhere to run, Jim. Lincoln Deal filled that spot where he was supposed to run. Met him with the head of steam coming toward him at the line of scrimmage. They'll drop him for a 3 or 4 yard loss.
2nd and 14 for Berwick at the Danville 15-yard line.
Not the area where you want to lose yardage, Jim. You'd like to at least get a couple in there and then decide how to play it if you get to 4th down. Losing yardage is quite a handicap.
Adam Wiest has checked in. He's a tight end to the left. Now he shifts to the right. 2nd down call coming. Winter gets it and gets nowhere.
No, nowhere to go that time, Jimmy. Lincoln Deal able to work his way. They wanted to run off the right side to the C gap where they stacked the H-backs, Harrison, Snyder, and Wiest. But while they went down at the linebackers, we're seeing Lincoln Deal come on up from a defensive lineman position and making the hit.
3rd and 16. Berwick at the Danville 17-yard line.
Yeah, and the running plays going backward instead of forward as Danville has sort of tightened up their defense, coming a bit more aggressively, charging toward the football.
Billy Hansen is in as a wide. No, check that. That's Josh Kishbaugh to the left. 3 receivers to the right. And Lear back to throw. Fires on the backfield to Winter, and he's pushed out of bounds after a very short gain. They'll mark it, I believe, at the 9. Aaron Johnson with a good defensive play out of the cornerback position. So Berwick has a capable kicker in Luke Peters, and it looks like they will try for the field goals. That pass completion gain just 2 to the 15.
Yeah. They hope to finesse a few plays out of them, but the run was stuffed, and now that little sideways pass defended well.
Josh Kishbaugh will hold at the 22. This is a 32-yard field goal attempt. High snap, and Kishbaugh will be buried back at the 30-yard line. So no chance at a field goal attempt, and Berwick's long drive comes up empty. 5:16 to go in the opening quarter. Danville takes over, leading 7-0.
Kishbaugh, of course, just about down on a knee, has to almost stand up to get it. Still goes through his hands. He goes backwards, so it's not a recovery that's going to be returned. But we see Cole Duffy on him rather immediately, and a couple other Danville defenders lurking in the area.
The Ironmen have had
one play
in this opening quarter, and that went for a touchdown. They have it now at their own 25-yard line with a 1st and 10. Madden Patrick out of the gun. Banana bunch of 3 receivers to his left. Has the snap, toss, sweep to Bo Kishbaugh. He's got running room. 35, 40. 45 midfield. Down the far sideline, 35, 30, 25, 20. Berwick able to make the stop at about the 6-yard line.
Sheptock really got a nice head of steam. He took the lateral, and he was very close to the quarterback, and it was a difficult one to field up near his face, coming at him hard. But once he got control of the football, there was a seam in the C-gap off the left, and he showed tremendous speed before Alex Estrella could eventually angle and slow him down.
69 yards on the carry. 1st and goal. Danville at the Berwick 6-yard line. Madden Patrick awaits the shotgun snap. He's got a slot to the right side. He gives the ball to Sheptock off the left. Good blocking. Gets down near the goal line. No indication from the officials just yet. Looks like he came up just short.
And man had him by the waist and pulled him back. I believe it was Skylar Neville, and it was. They're hustling things in. Berwick's defense not set.
Won't matter as the quarterback keeper by Madden Patrick gets the end zone. There is the flag down.
And Berwick never got their people all on the defensive side of the line of scrimmage. So Danville in hustling, wanting to stay up tempo, just push that on in. Caught Berwick before they could make their substitution. It should still be a touchdown. Illegal participation, or whichever way you want to call it. Touchdown is good.
So give Madden Patrick the rushing touchdown. And this is a big play Danville team. They already have plays of 45 and 69 yards in this opening quarter.
They're explosive. You can certainly see that. Oh, they're putting it on the 1-yard line. They're going to blow the play dead, Jimmy. Either that or the sneak didn't get in. I'm not sure which. Nose of the ball just about on the goal line, and they're in shotgun.
So we'll see how Danville plays it. As Patrick yells something to his 3 receivers to the right. They're inside the 1-yard line, and they're in shotgun. And Patrick's going to run it in off the right, and he gets in for the touchdown. So it delayed the inevitable, but Patrick does get a rushing touchdown, and Danville builds the lead.
He has a lot of poise back there in shotgun. He commands things, moves people around. I watched him move Sheptock in a previous play in this series. Now he's talking to the wide receivers, takes it, starts rolling to the right with the pass run option. He sees he can get to the goal line, he takes it in.
Garrett Hoffman will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Wyatt Schultz. Cameron Kirsch's snap is a good one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out in the field, 4:21 to go, opening quarter. Danville 14 to Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh, I might cry.
Hey, that's Jen Mapes from Mapes Farm Fresh in New Berlin. They're one of this year's recipients in the Seven Mountains Media Local Business Grant.
We're a very small family dairy farm, and I know this $10,000 grant's really going to help us out.
The Seven Mountains Media Local Business Grant is proudly supported by these amazing local businesses: W&L Subaru, Mazda, Nissan, Rocky Auctions, and Wise Markets.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
4:21 remaining this opening quarter. Danville goes 3 plays, 75 yards. And they are up 14-0 on the Bulldogs as Matt Patrick, the quarterback, gets the rushing touchdown. Now kicking off is Garrett Hoffman. His first kick went well into the end zone. His second kick, the Berwick deep man anticipated it going in the end zone. It did not. And Berwick ended up back on their 7-yard line. Now both deep men are right at the goal line. So the decision will be if it goes over your head.
Then it's really out there.
Hoffman with the kick. And this one will go into the end zone, and Berwick will take over at the 20-yard line. So some encouraging news for Berwick on that last series. Now, they were helped with a couple of penalties, but they also had some good offensive plays.
Yeah, I thought they had a real nice drive, Jim, making things happen. And, of course, sometimes you force the penalties by breaking open in the secondary or barking your signals and getting people to jump off sides. Of course, the discouraging thing is your center, Gavin Jones, not in there. Injured, couldn't put any weight on his left leg. But Rocco Romeo's done a nice job with the shotgun snaps for the rest of that drive, 5 or 6 plays.
Berwick with the football, moving from our right to our left. Down 14-0, 4:21 to go in the opening quarter. Lear out of the gun, play action, back to throw, looking, and he has a man, Braylon Hawkins, out to midfield. Play action by Ethan Lear, and then a bullet of a pass to Hawkins.
He looked at the play action and almost gave half a pump. It wasn't there at first, and then Hawkins gained the step on the post from the far side. Bullet pass, as you mentioned, Jim, and they're going to spot it at midfield from the 25.
30 yards on the reception, as Berwick had it at the 20 after the touchback. And now 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from midfield. Braylon Hawkins wide to the left. Lear fakes handoff, keeps the football for the first time, and he'll pick up a couple to the Danville 49-yard line.
Carter Coombe read that well. If he wasn't in position to grab at the quarterback's waist near the line of scrimmage, it would have probably had first down yardage. But credit Carter Coombe from Danville, sliding over, grabbing the man, and holding him to just about a foot.
2nd down and 9. Bulldogs at the Ironmen 49-yard line. Second straight possession they've had the ball in Danville territory. Came away empty that first time with a bad snap on the field goal try. Harrison Snyder on a wing to the right. Play action. Lots of time for Ethan Lear. Fires to the sideline and overshoots his mark. Josh Kishbaugh, who had a step at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, we've been seeing Kishbaugh, and that time he was paired out there on that side with Braylon Hawkins, who made the 30-yard catch. We were wondering if we'd see Billy Hansen, Jim. He had been the leading receiver on this team, the one most comfortable with quarterback Ethan Lear. But I think he's been limited to defense.
3rd down and 9. Berwick at the Danville 49. Josh Kishbaugh wide right, 3 receivers to the left. Lear awaits the shotgun snap. Has it, fakes handoff, dumps it out here to Hawkins. Hawkins has a little bit of running room, turns the corner to 35, down the sideline, 25, 20, and bumped out of bounds around the 15-yard line. Braylon Hawkins becoming the big play player for this Berwick offense.
Yeah, measure that one out, Jimmy. He's the inside man in trips. They got it, stepped through to him, picked up blocks from his other receivers in that trips formation, used them well, and then that great speed that he showed, taking it all the way down to the 22.
32 yards on the reception by Braylon Hawkins. 1st and 10, Berwick at the Danville 17. 2:48 remaining in this opening quarter. Two wide receivers to either side. The call goes to Winter, and Tyler Winter off the left side. Picks up 3, maybe 4, close to the 13-yard line.
Cameron Kirst coming on in, leader in tackles on this team, seeing it well. But Winter's going to get a good 3 yards out of that. It looks like they're getting more. But Danville really reacts quickly to the run.
2nd down and 7. Bulldogs at the Ironmen 14-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, including Braylon Hawkins. Kishball wide left. Lear has the snap, fakes handoff, keeps the football, and gets down to about the 10-yard line.
Again, we're seeing number 34, Cameron Kirsch, coming on in, leading tackler, and you can see why. Inside linebacker, he saw the fake going to the right. He froze. He realized he had counteraction, played the quarterback rather well. But Ethan Lear will get a nice gain on that.
Berwick gets 3 tight end types. Aiden George, Harrison Snyder, and Aiden Wiest into the lineup for this 3rd down and 3.
You would anticipate 2 running plays then, Jim, with that bulk in there.
And it's all to the left as Lear has the snap, gives the ball to Winter. He tries the left side, dragged down from behind, gets away from one man, but gets only back to the line of scrimmage. Now 4th and 3. I don't think we'll see any field goal attempt here.
I don't think. Justin Kutcher, from his defensive tackle position, got a step penetration. And while it was sweeping away from him, he was able to dive and swing at the ankles. Slowed the play down for the rest of his defense to stop.
So Berwick with a big play coming, trying to stay in this one, trailing Danville 14-0. We're under a minute to go in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs face a 4th and 3 at the Ironman 10-yard line.
On the left hash, wide side of the field is to the right. Berwick can work it in either direction.
Well, they're going to have to hurry, and they're going to use a timeout. 40 seconds to go, opening quarter. Danville 14 and Berwick nothing. We'll keep it right here and remind you that area sports fans are invited to attend the Berwick Area School District Sports Hall of Fame banquet. That banquet will be held at the Maria Santa on Saturday, October 28th. Cocktail hour at 5:30, followed by the dinner and program at 6:30. Banquet tickets are $25 for adults, $12 for children 12 and under. Tickets can be reserved online at basd.hof@gmail.com. That's basd.hof@gmail.com. This year's inductees include Andrew Decker, Angela Messerschmidt-Eberle, Jeremy Griffith, Jessica Huntley, Frank Jankowski, Michael Post, and Nick Yalch, and special recognition to the Berwick tennis team of 2000. So the Bulldogs, with the timeout call, a chance to talk over their biggest play of this opening quarter. Trailing 14-0, 4th and 3 at the Danville 10.
Huddled out on the numbers, away from the sideline a little bit, where the coach can just get the offensive players. Those not involved in this formation just work their way to the sideline. And again, the ball's on the left hash. Keep your eye on Ethan Lear, the quarterback. I think it's going to be the key to the play.
He has an empty backfield. Tyler Winter, the running back, is in a slot to the left side.
No one covering.
Here's a 4th and 3. Now Winter goes in motion. Fake to him, then a throw to the end zone, just thrown up for grabs. Scramble in the end zone and incomplete. There was no chance at a completion there. Lots of traffic in the end zone. It appeared that Lear threw that up in desperation. I think he wanted to dump it off to Winter and didn't think it was there. So Berwick's second long drive comes up short once again.
Yeah, they sent Harrison Snyder deep in the end zone, but then he got company with Braylon Hawkins, and that brings a couple safeties in a corner with them. So a lot of people jumping up, trying to catch at that ball. It gets tipped around a little bit, but no chance really for the reception. I agree. You know, at first, when they first came out, they weren't covering the slot receiver at all. The safety came over late, and that may have changed Ethan Lear's plans.
So Danville with the football at their own 10-yard line. They lead 14-0, 33 seconds to go, opening quarter. Patrick back to his own end zone, looking long. He's got Aaron Johnson, and incomplete. Caleb May on the coverage for Berwick and doing a nice job.
He was there. He was beaten by a step, but the quarterback just couldn't get it out any further. Still have to go about 45 yards in the air, make it more than that from the point of his drop. Okay, LeMay was able to catch up, get the point where he could deflect that ball off his body without interfering.
2nd and 10. Ironmen at their 10. Patrick awaits the shotgun snap, and he had a lineman move. Ironmen have been a little sloppy with penalties in this opening half.
Yeah, they've been jumpy, Jim. That time Joe Shipe, who's in offensively, got the head start from left guard. You get pumped up sometime when you're going to pull and lead a sweep, and I think that's what happened to Shipe on that.
2nd and 15. Andy mentioned that Billy Hansen back in action for Berwick. Haven't seen him on offense, but he is playing that corner position, and Berwick needs him against his passing attack. 1st and 15. Ironmen back at their 5. Patrick has 4 wide receivers to choose from. Fires to the far side, incomplete. Looked like Duffy, maybe the intended receiver, but way beyond his reach.
Yeah, what happened is Cole Duffy was going to kind of come back from the line of scrimmage, catch it behind his slot man. But the defender stayed right with him, and there was no way they could pass it in that direction. Berwick needs one more good play to force the punt.
Bulldogs have not had a stop in this opening quarter. 3rd and 15, Danville at their own 5.
Braylon Hawkins broke that last.
3 receivers to the left. Patrick back in his own end zone. Has time. Now looks flagged down on the play as he's going to be buried at the 5-yard line.
Ty Wilkerson from his outside linebacker on the right saw the quarterback in trouble. Left his coverage in the flat, came up and challenged the quarterback, who doesn't run very often, and was able to...
Holding call against Danville. That'll be declined because it brings up 4th and 15 back at the 5.
Will force the punt, and Berwick should get good good field position after this.
Garrett Hoffman, excellent punter as well as a kickoff man and place kicker. He's 5 yards deep in the Danville end zone, and they're moving Braylon Hawkins back, saying this is not your typical high school punter.
Yeah, coaches will talk, yell on out. You look over, they keep pushing you, go back, go back, go back. They feel that this guy's leg, they'd rather have Braylon Hawkins kind of come up and try to catch it.
Cameron Kirsch will do the long snapping. Again, Hoffman 5 yards deep in his own end zone. See if they'll let the clock run out. I think that's what they're going to do. And that is the end of the first quarter play with the score. Danville 14, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Danville leading Berwick 14-0 after one quarter here at Crispin Field. Under normal circumstances, Berwick would be almost guaranteed great field position as Danville back to their 5-yard line on a 4th and 15. I say normal circumstances. That would be with a normal punter. But Garrett Hoffman is anything but normal. We've seen his booming leg on kickoffs. And Braylon Hawkins back in single safety for Berwick. And a lot farther back than he would be against anyone else.
Yeah, no wins. The change of fields and quarter made no difference. I have Hawkins with 18 punts on the year, averaging 40.2 yards per punt.
He is 5 yards deep in the Danville end zone. Good snap. gets the kick away. This one isn't particularly long. Berwick will let it bounce, and it rolls dead at the Danville 36-yard line. So just 31 yards on that punt. And Berwick trailing 14-0 in the second quarter, which is just underway. Again, in terrific field position.
Yes, they are. Sometimes no matter how good a punter you are, there's pressure when you're punting from your own end zone. And he likes to be relatively deliberate. He wanted to make sure that he can take his steps and get it off. But you're not going to get the distance always when you're hurrying things a little bit.
On their last two possessions, Berwick has reached the Danville 10 and the Danville 11. But they have nothing to show for it. They trail 14-0 as the Bulldogs move from our left to our right at the Ironmen 36-yard line.
Over on the left hash, so the wide side to the right. Braylon Hawkins there.
Lear. Play action, has his man, Harrison Snyder, to the 25, to the 20, down to the 19, fumbles the football, picked up by Josh Kishbaugh. Are they going to rule it down?
I don't know if they're going to. They are pointing to the spot of the fumble. So Harrison Snyder made a nice catch. He had a blocker and Kishbaugh with him. And he showed explosive speed once he caught the ball. Two men converging on him. He's able to drop the shoulder and take them on physically, but unable to hold on to the football.
17 yards on the reception. 1st and 10, Berwick at the Danville 19-yard line. One thing Berwick has done is kept possession of the football in this opening half.
Done a nice job with it.
Out of the pistol. Fake to Tyler Winter. Pass toward the end zone to Josh Kishbaugh. It's knocked down, incomplete.
Very, very tight coverage by Gabe Petrus. In fact, I thought too tight, Jim. I thought he was in contact with the man while the ball's in the air. But in the eyes of the official, not enough to warrant the interference flag.
2nd and 10, Bulldogs at the Ironman 19-yard line. Danville coming into this game with a 6-1 record. Their only loss to unbeaten Southern Columbia. Billy Hansen is in as a wide receiver to the left. He and Kishbaugh and Hawkins all to that direction. And now Tyler Winter joins them. Lear's going to keep the ball, lowers the shoulder, gets down to about the 17 off the right side.
Yeah, Wyatt Schultz reading it pretty well. Sees the quarterback coming his way, away from the Trips receiver side. In fact, Billy Hansen was almost on the Danville sideline. He widened that much to take the defense with him and the Trips receivers. The short game.
3rd down and 8, Berwick at the Danville 17. Now, if you're thinking of 4-down territory, which I'm sure Berwick is, you don't have to get it all on this one, but you'd like to get enough to make it a manageable 4th down.
Ball on the right hash where it's been since the Harrison Snyder catch.
3 receivers again to the left. Lear fakes to Winter, keeps the football, and is down at the 15-yard line, just a couple off the right side.
Gabe Fowler in there on that tackle. So Berwick with the decision. Be 6 yards rather than 5, at least leading that way. A penalty won't get them the conversion.
4th and 6, Berwick at the Danville 15. 3rd straight time Berwick has been in the red zone on a possession. But
4th down passing, Jim, you can risk the interception. There's no big hurry. You have to have a stoppage. Was Berwick running out of time? Danville took the timeout.
9:39 to go first half, 14-0 Ironmen. You're listening to Berwick Football and Pop Radio.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
9:39 to go in the first half here at Crispin Field. Danville leading Berwick 14-0. Bulldogs with a big call coming following the Danville timeout. Berwick faces a 4th and 6 at the Danville 15-yard line.
I think the Danville coaches wanted to see what formation Berwick was going to come out in, then called the timeout to talk to the defense.
Billy Hansen, a receiver to the right. Slot to the left. Winter to the right of Lear. 4th and 6. Lear has the snap. Back to throw. Looking toward the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Great coverage down there in the corner. Danville got double coverage on the intended receiver.
Yeah, they had number 7, Carter Ralph, and also the safety, Bo Sheptock, shaded toward Billy Hansen. So, quarterback kind of seeing the safety shading, realized it's going to be a tough throw, but on 4th down, try to fit it in anyway.
So again, Bulldogs frustrated offensively, moving the ball well, getting it deep into Danville territory, but not coming away with points. And it's still 14-0 Danville as the Ironmen take over at their own 15-yard line with 9:33 remaining in this opening half. Madden Patrick out of the gun. Fakes a toss sweep, back to throw. Big pass rush, gets a pass away, incomplete, intended for Bo Sheptock, but Berwick was all over the play.
Yeah, they had a banana bunch in tight, and Bo Sheptock stacked behind it. This is all on the left. He faked the pitch to Bo Sheptock and wanted to boot the opposite way, but Berwick walled that off, turned it into sort of an impromptu play, tried to pitch it to Sheptock, but it's not there.
2nd and 10, Ironmen. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Just 1 of 4 passing for Danville.
Patrick has the snap. Stops, fires a bullet to the far side, has his man Carter Ralph, but he's tackled quickly at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, it really was quite the hit. Trying to catch who made that. Alex Estrella's the one who came up. They'll give him 2 yards on that, but Berwick will be happy to give away a 2-yard pass.
3rd down call coming. Danville from their 18. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Berwick needs a few more men defensively to cheat out toward these trips receivers. Not very loose.
And Patrick, play action. Back to throw. Dumps a pass out to Sheptock. Trying to get the corner, and he's brought down, but it will be a face mask. And a 1st down for Danville.
Did you fleet? Yep, there is the flag, Jim. I saw Ty Wilkerson got himself to the position to tackle him, but as he reached, one grabbed the jersey at the shoulder, the other came up onto the face mask, and that should give Berwick or Danville the 1st down.
Yeah, it's one of those tough plays.
Yeah.
You can't really fault the tackler. He's reaching out for what he can get and made a nice play.
Yeah.
Would have been a punting situation for Danville. Instead, the Ironmen have a 1st down at their 36.
Yeah, I felt Berwick was outnumbered. 2 people out on 3, an outside backer cheating in that direction. And then they add the halfback as a 4th receiver. So Wilkerson, seeing it, played it rather well, but the hand comes up to the face mask.
1st and 10, Danville. Ironmen at their 36. Madden Patrick out of the gun with 3 receivers to the right. Has the snap, back to throw, pump fake, nothing there, and then stops. He's going long. He has a man, catch over the shoulder, down the sideline. Cole Duffy is in for a touchdown. Matt Patrick with a beautiful throw, and Danville's big play offense strikes again.
He got the ball, rolled himself to the left, bought himself a little bit more time, thought about running it, and then say, you know what, I'm going to pull up and air this out deep. And he has a strong arm. By that point, the receiver got the step or so and able to catch it on the fly and outrun the defense.
64 yards on the reception to Cole Duffy. He averages over 20 yards a reception. Now Garrett Hoffman with the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 8:08 remaining. 1st half. Danville 21. Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Pop Radio.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
This is Berg football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
This is an explosive Danville offense. They have a 45-yard touchdown pass in this game. They have a 1-yard touchdown run after a 69-yard run set it up. And then moments ago, a 64-yard touchdown pass, Madden Patrick to Cole Duffy. And it's a 21-0 Ironman lead with 8:08 to go in the half.
Madden Patrick, the quarterback, has really impressed me, Jim. He has a rifle for an arm. Whether it's the short out patterns that are crossing the field, he can drill it. Or whether it's the deep ball, he has that nice touch to get it out there.
Hoffman's kick will sail toward the end zone and 5 yards deep in the end zone, so Berwick will take over at their 20. By the way, with those 2 touchdown passes in this opening half, Madden Patrick on the season now, 27 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
His decision-making's also very good, Jim. You know, he's often altering from the planned play. If he's getting pressure one way, he'll kind of shift himself over the other on a semi-roll and find the receiver, knowing where they are in the pattern. He's adjusted very nicely when Berwick's tried to put pressure on him. Some impromptu plays.
So Berwick moving from our left to our right, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Bulldogs have had 3 possessions that got inside the red zone, but they have nothing on the board. They trail Danville 21-0 out of the pistol. Lear gives the ball to Winter. Tyler Winter looking for some room. He fumbles the football. Danville may be on at the 25-yard line.
He got caught in between. He had a blocker in Braylon Hawkins. There were 2 men. Hawkins, deciding which to have, kind of pulled back to wrap around and give him the sideline. Winter didn't read it that way. He gets sandwiched between the 2. The ball pops out of his hands into Braylon Hawkins' hands, but he can't hold it. It's a hot potato. The 3 Danville players in the area able there to make the fumble recovery.
And you see it a lot in this sport, Andy, when someone's trying for 2nd and 3rd efforts, and instead of being rewarded for that, you lose the football.
Yeah. And I think he was just anticipating a different type of block in a different position and didn't get it, and the ball was able to be forced out.
Danville from the Berwick 26, looking to add to their 21-0 lead with just under 8 minutes to go in this opening half. Madden Patrick out of the gun. Back to throw. Berwick coming hard, and the pass is incomplete. Bulldogs were coming after him. Tyler Neville was right in the face of Patrick, who made a heady play. Pretty much threw it away.
He knows where his receivers are, and he can fire that sort of at knee height where defense isn't going to be able to catch it. He has a receiver in the area, and even though it's not going to be a complete, it's not going to be a sack.
We hope you'll stay with us at halftime. Kaz Curry, the son of the late, great head coach George Curry, who had a part of Mulberry Street named after him tonight, George Curry Way. Kaz will be talking about that at halftime as Bo Sheptock gets the toss right, cuts it up the middle, and Berwick able to bring him down. Mike Fell makes the play after a gain of 5 or 6.
It was a nice run. Kind of started as a pitch sweep off to the right, but he cut against the grain, and he did wend his way around people before the interior lineman, Mike Fell, able to come in and spin him to the ground.
3rd down and 4. Danville at the Berwick 20. Slot to the left, slot to the right. Patrick has the shotgun snap, and he rolls right, stops, plants the feet, fires a bullet into the end zone for another Danville touchdown. He is on target for the score.
It's number 21 out there, Aaron Johnson, making the catch, Jim. And it's like collegiates or professionals. Quarterback drops up, bouncing on his toes. Aaron Johnson is in the slot on the right. He goes down. He posts to the middle. He has inside position. He gains 2 steps. The ball's drilled right on his numbers in the end zone. Perfect passing.
21 yards on the reception. Hoffman will attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out the field, 7:10 to go. Opening half, Danville 28, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, W288CF Danville at 105.5, and streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Danville quarterback Matt Patrick has come as advertised. He's got 3 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown. Danville leads 28-0. Hoffman's line drive kick will be fielded at the 5-yard line. The return by Braylon Hawkins to the 20 and tripped up as he gets to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, reaching out was Wyatt Schultz, catching him by the toe while he's on the ground, or there might have been more. Braylon Hawkins has played a strong game, Jim. They're on the specialty team return. We've seen him make nice defensive plays, and, of course, we've seen some offensive heroics as well. He's looked good.
Berwick 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. 7:04 remaining in the half. Berwick with 2 timeouts remaining. Billy Hansen's in as a wide receiver. He goes far to the left. Braylon Hawkins in a slot to that side.
They've yet to target Billy Hansen. He's way out wide again, maybe just a decoy.
They operate out of the pistol. And Danville jumps across as they've had numerous times.
Yeah, Gabe Fowler's getting to start at defensive end, that time as a stand-up defensive end. And on hearing the sound, he just leaned, and he couldn't get himself back from crossing that line of scrimmage after that lean brings him across.
So it's 1st and 5 for Berwick. Bulldogs at their own 28-yard line.
Rocco Romeo still in at center, Jim, and he'll probably finish the game there. He's been very good with the shotgun snaps. Haven't been able to focus on his blocking, but so far a strong game.
Slot to the left side, wide receiver right. Lear out of the pistol. Gives the ball to Tyler Winter. Straight ahead. He'll get a couple to the 30-yard line.
Winter certainly runs hard, but Danville certainly just rallies to the football. Cameron Kirsch, the leading tackler on the team, again coming up strong. They'll hold him to about 2.
They mark it at the 31-yard line. 2nd down and 2 for Berwick. Bulldogs have probably taken the lead in time of possession in this half, but Danville with that big playability. They score so quickly. Here we go. 2nd down and 2. Call goes to Winter. Hit behind the line. Gets ahead for maybe a yard. Short of the 1st down yardage.
Lincoln Deal at right defensive tackle. Got penetration and then came hard to his left. Made the play on the opposite side of the center. A very aggressive, quick play by Lincoln Deal to make that tackle.
3rd down and 1. Berwick at their 32-yard line.
Really like to convert here, keep the drive going.
Big bodies are in there, and Lear under center for the first time. And he goes straight ahead with a push from behind and should have the 1st down, and then a flag flies.
Eagles call it the brotherly shove, Jim. They showed it. We were wondering if they were going to go with it. Lear is a strong runner. But as they sort of stalemate in the scrum, Berwick's backs pushing from behind certainly aided him.
And they call assisting the runner. I didn't think that was a call anymore.
I didn't think so either. Now, you can push him. I wonder if someone pulled him. And I don't know if that's a penalty.
And it's a loss of down. Berwick's going to have to punt.
You know, you certainly see the play on television enough. It's a highly publicized play. A lot of people's favorite or least favorite, depending on your point of view. I don't think it's a play. It's a high school penalty, but something on the play was deemed illegal. Are they going to confer on this, Chip?
No, it's not a loss of down. Berwick's going to have a 3rd down and 11. Or are they? Now they're going to mark it at the 27. So it's 3rd down and about 7. So it's a 5-yard penalty against Berwick for aiding the runner.
I'm surprised. I usually talk to these guys. I'll have to see them next time we have a game.
3 receivers to the left. Lear out of the gun. Back to throw. Pump fake once, and then gets the pass away, and going up and making a great catch is Josh Kishbaugh at the 35-yard line. Terrific grab by him for 1st down.
And give the quarterback a lot of credit, Jim. Looked like he was going to be sacked at the spin away. I thought he'd throw it away, but instead he kept the play alive long enough to locate his receiver for that play.
So Ethan Lear hooks up with Josh Kishbaugh and Berwick with a 1st down at their own 35 as we go under 5 minutes remaining in this opening half. Lear out of the gun. Fakes to Winter, keeps the football. Looking to get outside, does so, and makes a nice gain out of it out near the 44-yard line.
Danville's watching for it, but Bo Sheptock, the safety, had to come up and finish off the quarterback as they were able to widen the defensive end on the play fake and then take it inside in that C gap where Lear found a 9-yard gain.
2nd and 1, Berwick at their own 44-yard line. 2 receivers to either side. Lear out of the gun. Tyler Winter to his left. Winter gets the call, looking for the 1st down yardage, and I think he got just enough over the 45 to the 46.
Landon Kehoe wrapping him up and spinning him. But Winter had the seam right at the line of scrimmage, and he runs with a charge in him, knowing what he needs for the 1st down, and he does earn it.
1st and 10, Berwick. Bulldogs at their own 46-yard line. They have moved the ball in this game, but have not gotten on the board. 3 times inside the 20-yard line of Danville. Slot to the left, slot to the right. Lear with the 1st down call has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he's looking long for Billy Hansen. One-on-one, incomplete. And Berwick wants a call. They do not get it.
No, and they're chicken fighting down there while the ball's in the air. You can say by rule that the corner has as much an opportunity to fight for the football. I don't know if you'd say he was fighting for the football so much as fighting the receiver to not get the football.
Well, Bo Orlando, who knows a little bit about secondary play.
Just a little.
He's letting his opinion known as Berwick faces a 2nd and 10 at their own 46.
And for those who don't know, Bo had an 8 or 9-year NFL career with the Houston Oilers.
And
Outstanding
Pittsburgh
player.
Steelers and one other team in there. As Winterstein goes in motion, the call goes to Tyler Winter. He's got some running room off the right side. Ball fumbles the football again, but they're saying he's down.
And I think that's a break for Berwick. I'm not sure if he was down. He was able to get through the initial line of scrimmage, found the seam, and then wending his way through the linebacker area where he gets it after about 6 yards. Ball props loose, but they'll rule him as down.
Give a 5-yard gain to Tyler Winter. And Berwick facing a 3rd down and 5. They have it at the Danville 49-yard line as we go under 3 minutes to go in this opening half.
Strange to see how much they can play ball control and how they can move the football but not get points.
Lear back to throw on 3rd down. Looking long, has a man for a touchdown. All the way through, it's Hawkins with the touchdown. Braylon Hawkins, who's turned into an offensive force for Berwick. Beautiful throw by Lear over the middle. It goes 51 yards.
51-yarder added this 32-yard catch and his 30-yard catch earlier in the game, and what a half he's been having. In the slot on the left, he basically ran a post pattern. Not sure where the safety was. Maybe came up thinking run. but the post is there. He catches it with inside position, and then his surprising speed.
The extra point attempt is blocked. It is blocked. Cameron Kirsch comes in and blocks the extra point attempt by Luke Peters. Time on the field. 2:38 to go. First half, Danville 28, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs Football Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and a 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Ethan Lear with a terrific throw to Braylon Hawkins over the middle for a 51-yard touchdown. And Berwick's on the board with 2:38 to go in the half. They trailed Danville 28-6 as the extra point attempt by Luke Peters was blocked. And now Berwick will be kicking it off. And you look up and say, well, just 2:38 to go, but that is a long time for this Danville offense.
It most certainly is. They have such quick strike potential, Jim. Their quarterback, Madden Patrick, has really shown that. He spread it out to 4 different receivers, and they're all dangerous.
So Luke Peters will kick it off for the Bulldogs. 2:38 to go, first half. Peters kick high and short, fielded by one of the up men on the far side, the 25 to the 30, and knocked out of bounds by Josh Kishball around the 40. So Danville's going to have good field position, and they have 1 timeout left, but they have 2:34 to go in the half.
Cole Duffy fielding that as a bit of an up man. Luke Peters, in the year starting to have a stronger leg. They're not really honoring it. Their deep men were only 15 yards up. But by design, they've been doing some directional kicking, hope to get coverage down in that area. But this directional kick comes up a little bit too short. Cole Duffy returns it nicely.
1st and 10 Danville at their own 40. Aaron Johnson's had a couple of touchdown grabs. He's in a slot to the right side. Slot to the left as well. And Kirsch now goes in motion toward the line of scrimmage. As Patrick, play action. Back to throw, looking long, over the middle, has this man at the 30, to the 25, and it's Carter Raup inside the 15. The ball pops loose, but it looks like he has it. So we've talked so much about Aaron Johnson. Carter Raup also came into this game with 30 catches, and they just have so many weapons.
They do. He's wide on the right, runs a skinny post. He's able to get that inside position, catches it, and then breaks to the outside, and he shows his speed after that.
49 yards on the reception. 1st and 10 Danville at the Berwick 11. Still over 2 minutes to play. That's just how quick this team can move it downfield. Patrick out of the gun. 3 receivers to the left. He has the snap. He fires. He has his man Cole Duffy at the 5, and Duffy will get in for a Danville touchdown. They spread it around, got a wealth of talent, and they build the lead. And boy, it didn't take much time at all. Still 1:47 to go in the half.
They're just that efficient in the passing game, Jim. Madden Patrick stands, kind of directs, talks to people, looks very comfortable. Gets the shotgun snap, looks one way, throws the other. There's Cole Duffy, and then he eludes potential tacklers and falls into the end zone.
11-yard touchdown pass to Duffy, his 5th touchdown reception of the season. Hoffman's extra point is up and good. Time out in the field, 1:47 to go. Opening half, Danville 35 and Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick scored with 2:38 remaining in this half. There's still 147 up there, and Danville put another on the board. This one, an 11-yard touchdown pass. Madden Patrick to Cole Duffy. Patrick in this first half, 4 touchdown passes and a touchdown run.
You can give a clinic, use him as the model, Jim. What a quarterback. Strong arm, good decision making, leads the receivers well, no panic in the pocket, very poised. Very good in every aspect of the game that I've seen so far. Can sense a leadership in him as he directs his players onto where to go, how to widen. And boy, they have a confidence in him that he's going to be able to drill that ball with precision.
Do you think the fact that his father had high school English for both you and me has anything to do with his ability? Lear rolls right. Going to keep the football, and it's going to be knocked. Running 1:09 to go in this half. Slot to the right side. Lear rolls right. Looking, fires downfield to Braylon Hawkins, incomplete. Bo Sheptock there to knock it away. Pretty good throw by Ethan Lear.
Yeah, but the coverage is there, Jim. Safety has his eyes watching the quarterback. When he steps, Bo Sheptock breaks. And while the ball's in the air, 25 yards, he's able to make up that distance and swat it away.
3rd and 5, and I tell you, as prolific and as quick hitting as this Danville offense is, Berwick doesn't convert here.
You don't want to punt it to them.
You really don't. So incumbent on the Bulldogs offense to pick up this first down with 56 seconds to go in the opening half. Lear has the snap, play action, throws it to the far side of Josh Kishbaugh. He has the first down. Good. 2nd and 3rd effort by him as he gets to the 33-yard line.
Aaron Johnson met him and squared up, and Kishbaugh would not stop, and they really fought their way up the sideline. Nice pass again. Ethan Lear has looked very nice in this, Jim. Kishbaugh on that far side making a nice catch and run after the catch.
10 yards on the reception. 1st and 10 Berwick, under 30 seconds to go in the half. They get set. Hanson wide to the right. Rolling right is Lear. Looking. And incomplete. In between Braylon Hawkins and Josh Kishbaugh.
I think they wanted Kishbaugh to go deep, but he saw the coverage with Bo Sheptock coming over was going to be too tight. So he hoped that Kishbaugh would come on back on the ball. Unable to communicate that. We're unable to fool the defenders with it. Just nowhere to go.
2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10.
Berwick from their 32-yard line. Again, stay with us. Kaz Curry will be our halftime guest. And we're just a couple of ticks away from that halftime with 18 seconds remaining, and 3 receivers go to the right for the Bulldogs. And now a man in motion, so 4 receivers that way. Lear will keep the football. He'll be spun around, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Chase Miller saw what was happening in there. He had some penetration, and as Lear stepped up, he angled away and took him out of the play.
And that will be the final play of this opening half. Danville 35 and Berwick 6. You're listening to Berwick Football and Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 60 months. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland. Online at WNLMazda.com. Financing for well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other offers. See dealer for complete details. Ends October 31st.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
The subs at Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick have so much meat in them you'll be having leftovers for days. The Italian is piled high with fresh slices of ham, capicola, salami, and pepperoni on a freshly baked bun. Bob's cheesesteak oozes with cheesy goodness woven into a mountain of thinly sliced ribeye steak. So if you're tired of bland, unsatisfying subs, Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick is your new go-to. With over 22 different kinds of sumptuous, hearty subs, you'll find just the one or two to cure your cravings. And the pizza at Bob's Subs and Pizza, oh, it's so good. Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick. Taste the difference.
It's time for the Berwick Bulldogs halftime show on Pop Radio. Brought to you by W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center. Discover the W&L difference today.
Halftime from Crispin Field, the Danville High School Marching Band about to put on a show. Junior quarterback Madden Patrick put on quite a show in that opening half as he threw for 4 touchdowns and ran for another, and Danville leads Berwick 35-6. Special night here in Berwick. Earlier this afternoon, before this game, a stretch of street that parallels Crispin Field, Mulberry to be exact, renamed George Curry Way for the late legendary head coach. And our guest at halftime is his coach, his son, Kaz Curry. Kaz, had to be a real emotional night.
It really was, Jim. There were a lot of tears there, a lot of choked up people, and it really went well, though. I really credit, Damian Scobolink, the borough manager, and the borough council. Mayor Burke was there from the council. Jay Jarrett was there. Tom Ochia, Jerry Wozniak. I think I got everybody. Nelson Learn, Mr. Learn was there. Just supporting and coming up with this idea several months ago, and when they approached us about it, we were truly humbled. Never asked for that, but what a tremendous way to remember our father, and for what he did. And he's, been gone 8 years this April, and, the fact that people still have him in mind is very, it means a lot to our family.
What family members were able to make it besides yourself?
My mom was there. My sister Kelly and my nephew Simeon were able to make it. My other 2 sisters, unfortunately, one's out of the country, and the other had a commitment at her school tonight, but they were here in spirit.
Yeah, great night and well-deserved. By the way, let's be honest, your dad would hate this.
I said that tonight. I absolutely said that. I said, when I look at that sign, I think of him obviously, but I also think of all the coaches, every player that played for him, all of the support staff, and everybody that was, whether it's Doc Alley, Doc Campbell, Dave Kerfman, Stan Varner, Fritzy the Catman Saraceno, the list goes on, and all the guys who coached with him, whether they were junior high coaches or varsity coaches, they were brothers. They were truly a band of brothers in this. And the time they put in, and the effort, and the intensity of the team, the staff meetings, the time together in a van traveling to do this double scout on a Saturday, and the team meetings that were, the coaches meetings on a Sunday night that were 6-7 hours long. I mean, it was, he prepped and he really did everything, but we were with him, and everybody was committed, and kids won, and he had a goal to make men out of boys.
What is the official name of this new street in Berwick?
George Curry Way.
Wonderful. Because it has the name of a street at the same time it has the implication of the way he did things.
Absolutely, and it was one way, his way, and there was no alternative, and whether you liked it or not. But the lesson came later in life when you realize that all that stress and pressure he put on you in a practice. Games were easy, but I got to be honest with you, you're talking to a lot of guys. Not that life's simple, but you learn how to deal with it. You know how to deal with the pressures and stresses and adversity of life, and he really put us all in a position to do that, and I've never met an alumni that felt differently.
We're at halftime from Crispin Field. Berwick trailing Danville 35-6. It's homecoming here at Berwick, and special ceremonies earlier this afternoon. A stretch of Mulberry Street named George Curry Way, and our guest here at halftime is his son, Kaz Curry, who played for George. Kaz, I think playing for your father, especially a demanding father like your own, would probably be considered a mixed blessing. I mean, you talked about some of the positives, but couldn't have been all positive.
My mom knew the kind of day it was when we came home for dinner. When I would eat before he would get home and get out of there, she knew it was a rough one. God bless her.
So how did he treat you as opposed to other players? The same or worse?
Worse. I knew, like he told me, he was very clear about that he wasn't doing it to be, he had to do it. And I knew why he had to do it. And I respected that because, the last thing I would ever wanted was for anybody to say I'm playing because I'm his kid. Like, you had to earn it. But I believe that, I had the respect of my teammates. I respected them, and we worked well together, and, we prepped well and, did all the off-season training and everything we needed to do, and, it all came together.
Well, besides having the street named after him, there was also some wonderful murals done. Tell us about those.
Oh, my God. I mean, Vince Wood, artist, gentleman from North Carolina, moved up here. He's dating Catherine Kelshner. Catherine was, I want to believe, a class of 89 grad. And Catherine and Vince, his artwork is truly, when I say second to none, when he painted that picture, that first picture of my dad, it was better than any photograph I'd ever seen. Like the texture, and I'm not an art connoisseur, believe me, I'm not even good at art, but I know what looks good. And this guy gets it done. He just brought it at a different level. And, to Catherine's credit, they've created 71 prints. And the reason 71 was that was the year he came to Berwick, 1971. And they're going to auction a few off a year, and the proceeds are going to go to ALS for research to find a cure for that god-awful disease. And they unveiled one tonight over at the Forge. Mike Monaco, he's just a real backer, very supportive of our family, and helped with developing, putting the stage up today, and just coordinating and communicating through Facebook and things. They unveiled this picture of I never saw it till tonight, but it was really just like his eyes, like a picture like of his nose, eyes, a little bit of his forehead. And my mom unveiled it, and she was emotional. I could see it because he paints with such richness and texture. And I don't know, like when I looked at it, I told him my first impression was, I see it, and I know what we need to do now. Like, that was my interpretation of that painting. And when you see it, I can show you a picture. I have it on my phone, but it won't do our radio listeners any good. But, I'm sure it'll be out there on Facebook somewhere or some other social media page. And that also is something that I believe is going to be auctioned off for ALS. Like, they're so supportive. And the work that Vince is doing in town through the Arts Council, he's really an amazing guy. And the borough, the community is lucky to have him because he's really, bringing art to a different level and making it a vibrant part of whether it's the Stewart Tank, history, or my father. And I know he has a couple other things he's tasked to do, but he's an amazing guy. He worked for Topps. He did some cards for Topps. He painted a series of hockey cards and I think baseball. But I mean, he showed me some of his work, and I saw some at the Forge tonight. That guy's blessed.
Like you, I'm not an art connoisseur, but the thing that impresses me most is portraits, especially people that just get it. Now, did he even ever meet your dad?
He never did.
And yet he knew him. He knew him. He looked at the pictures and said, whoever did that knows him.
Well, he moved, like I said, he moved here from North Carolina, but I'm convinced he's got blue blood running through his veins. He's become a Berwickian very quickly.
Well, guys, let's wax nostalgic a little bit. You played your senior year for your dad in 1986, and Carl Major, who's the head coach at Danville, doing a great job, obviously, by the basis of his season and this first half that we saw. He was on that team. What do you remember of that season?
I remember we were 7-3-1. I couldn't tell you one thing about any of the wins, but I remember the 3 losses, and we lost to Valley West, Sealands Grove, and Mount Carmel, and we had 5 turnovers in the Mount Carmel game inside the 5-yard line at that end. I'll never forget that. We lost to Sealands Grove. We had 7 turnovers. We lost by a touchdown. Another situation where it killed us, and Valley West was a close game, was 13-7, and we had 3 turnovers in that game. We tied Pottsville, and they had a big guy named John Flannery that went in the NFL, played for Syracuse, and we had just those guys were just amazing teammates, and Carl was he was a phenomenal football player, a linebacker. Carl was I believe he was our leading tackler that year. And Carl just loves football. He's a football junkie.
It was 2 years before they had state playoffs, so you didn't have any chance to advance to the point where you could get the state playoffs. But you had 2 sophomores on that team, Jake Kelster and Lance Avina, that once the state playoffs began, they were something else in that state championship win over Aliquippa in the first year of 1988. When you saw them playing as sophomores, did you have an inkling that this was something special here, or did they surprise you?
No, there was something special. And, in fact, I remember there was a situation later in the season where Mike Force, our quarterback, got hurt, and Mike Montage took over. He got hurt, and Jake ended up coming in, and we had several games that we played. I want to say it was that Valley West game. I believe it was part of the Mount Carmel game, and they played extremely well, but their confidence, their poise as being sophomores coming in and being in such demanding positions, they were it was a blessing to play with those guys. It really was. And I think that the leadership of our seniors that year, and I could think of all of them, Creasy, Schartzer, Rashofsky, Martin, Lemon, Major, Campbell, these guys helped. I mean, Arbogast, I might be forgetting one or two, and I'm sorry, but we really supported those guys being in there, and we knew that we can win with them, and they played up. And their careers spoke for themselves at not just the high school, but the next level in college at Rutgers, Notre Dame, and West Virginia.
So you weren't shocked when they won the state title a couple years later?
Not at all. I mean, they knew how to win, and they had the magic. And, they had a great supporting cast around them with a solid offensive line, tenacious defense, and again, the game plan, the coaching, and, just the whole community involvement and how people really rallied around that team for that first ever opportunity. And I was away. I only heard about it through my dad and phone calls. I was in college at the time, but he was very, very proud of that team and that opportunity and what those kids brought and how they played.
Kaz Curry is our guest here at halftime. Kaz, thanks so much for stopping by. Again, kudos to you and your family and the great memories that are now a permanent part of this area. I can't wait to pull out of this stadium tonight and pull onto George Curry Way.
Well, I parked on George Curry Way, so I'm afraid I'm going to get a ticket, though. I'm going to have to leave after half.
Would that be irony?
I'll let you know.
Hey, thanks.
Jim, it's great to see you. Thank you for having me. Andy, it's a pleasure, buddy. You guys are doing great. Thank you.
Halftime from Crispin Field with Berwick trailing Danville by a score of 35-6 as the homecoming ceremony is going on down on the field. We'll be back and take a look at the first half scoring, some stats with Andy Ulickney, and also take a look at other scores with Julie Lentz. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 60 months. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland. Online at WNLMazda.com. Financing for well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other offers. See dealer for complete details. Ends October 31st.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Halftime from Crispin Field in Berwick. Homecoming festivities going on down on the artificial turf. 35-6 is the score here. Danville over Berwick. An update on other scores as we kick off weekend number 8 of high school football's regular season. Let's go to Julie Lentz.
Thank you so much, as always, Jim. As I'm looking down my score sheet here, Mount Carmel is ahead of Southern Columbia, 35-14. That's at the half. Crestwood is ahead of Hanover area, 42-7, also at the half. Hazleton area, they are ahead of Wyoming Valley West, 29-0 at the half. Wyoming area is ahead of Lake Lehman, 35-0 at the half. Shikellamy, Bloomsburg, they are tied 7 apiece, also at the half. Shamokin, they are ahead of Central Columbia, 14-7 at the half. Jersey Shore is ahead of Montoursville, 31-0. They are in the third right now. Lewisburg is ahead of Midwest, 45-0 at the half. Loyalsock, they are ahead of Wyalusing, 28-7 in the third. Milton is ahead of Mifflinburg, 21-14 at the half. Selinsgrove, right out here outside our studio. Selinsgrove is ahead of Hollidaysburg, 41-0. That's in the third. Warrior Run, they are ahead of Montgomery, 36-0 at the half. Wilkes-Barre area is ahead of Williamsport, 35-7 at the half. Abington Heights is ahead of Scranton, 14-0. That's also at the half. Pittston area is ahead of Tunkhannock, 14-7 in the third. And Delaware Valley is ahead of Valley View, 9-6. That's at the half. That's what I got for now. So let's head back to Crispin Field with Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
Thank you very much, Julie. We will be back and hear from Andy Ulickney, get the numbers. There's some big numbers for Danville statistically in that opening half. You're listening the Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickshinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates. Why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for
Planning
you.
your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
Even though it's Halloween at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg, we're not afraid. We're not afraid of the strike because we have over 90 new Buicks and GMCs in stock now and more on the way. Plus, we need your trade. So we're also giving you a 20% buyback bonus on your trade. You'll get 20% over the KBB fair trade value. So there's nothing to fear here. Just great selection, great deals, and more for your trade. All this month at Alexander Family Buick GMC. The lowest price guaranteed.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
A couple minutes away from the start of the second half here at Crispin Field with Danville leading Berwick by a score of 35-6. Huge first half for Danville quarterback Madden Patrick. Stats from that opening half, Andy Lickney.
Jim, I'm stunned when I look that there is only a 13-yard differential in total offense. However, Berwick's needed 40 plays for the 261 yards. Danville's only needed 15 plays for their leading 274 yards. So Danville's done it very, very quickly. Berwick's been able to drive but not pop it in. And the scoreboard reflects that as Danville has the lead 35-6 here at halftime. We'll start with the Danville Ironmen. They've only had 5 rushing plays, and 2 were by the quarterback. A sneak for a touchdown, and then another one for no gain. So 2 carries, 1 yard, and a touchdown for Madden Patrick in the running game. Bo Sheptalk, he's had 3 carries. I have him at 3 carries for 81 yards. He broke off a 69-yarder early in the game, and he's looked solid there and catching the ball and defensively, of course. In the passing department, Madden Patrick is extremely impressive. Every phase of the game looks very good. He's 7 of 10 passing by my count for 193 yards. He's spreading it around. Carter Raup has 2 catches for 51. Aaron Johnson has 2 catches for 66 yards. Cole Duffy has 2 catches for 75 yards. Bo Sheptalk, the only one kept in check. He has 1 catch for 1 yard. So just amazing yards per catch for Ralph and Johnson and Duffy, as the smallest of those is at 25.5 yards a catch here in this game. 193 in the air, 81 on the ground for Danville, 274. Now, Berwick offensively has been moving the ball, but not putting it in. Only 13 yards less in total offense. They have 261 yards. 101 on the ground, 160 in the air. Tyler Winters leading the way in the ground game. I have him with 15 carries for 56 yards. Braylon Hawkins broke off a reverse for 21. He's having a great game. And Ethan Lear, the quarterback, I have him with 24 yards on his 8 carries. 101 on the ground for Berwick. 8 of 16 passing for Ethan Lear, and he's looked sharp. It's just hard not to be overshadowed by Matt and Patrick. Ethan Lear, 8 of 16, no interceptions, 160 yards in the air for him. Ty Wilkerson came back and made a 9-yard catch, just short of the chains. Punt was still forced. Josh Kishbaugh fights for the ball, 2 catches for 19 yards for him. Tyler Winter caught a 2-yarder. Harrison Snyder took one for 17. And the big man in the passing game, in fact, leading all receivers, including the Danville receivers. Braylon Hawkins, he has 3 catches for 113 yards. 261 for Berwick in total offense, 274 for Danville. But Danville's done it on 15 plays compared to 40 for Berwick, and Berwick hasn't really been able to light up the scoreboard at all. Just tough in the red zone for them.
And the only way to stay with this Danville team is just keep scoring. And Berwick had their opportunities. 3 times they were inside the 20 of Danville and came away with no points. But even if you convert on all 3 of those, you're still down. You're in the game. You're not down 35-6. Well, Danville will get the football to start this second half. Luke Peters will kick off for the Bulldogs. Danville moving from our right to our left. Low kick skitters along the turf. Picked up at the 25-yard line, and the return to the 30 and the 35. Bo Sheptog finally ridden out of bounds at about the 36. So that's where Danville will put it in play. As Matt Patrick with 4 touchdown passes in the first half, giving him 29 on the season to 3 interceptions.
193 yards in the air on 7 of 10 passing, and boy, it seems all his passes are right on the money. The 3 incompletes we've seen on 7 of 10 has been on pressures. We've been forced to kind of throw the ball away.
Danville sends 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. First play from scrimmage of the second half. Patrick with an empty backfield. Long count. Has the snap. Back to throw. Hit as he gets it across, and it's going to be a touchdown the other way. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and in for the score. So the first play of the second half is a touchdown pass.
Aaron Johnson.
This one goes to Aaron Johnson. It's his 3rd of the game.
Yeah, you know, they find that way of finding the seam. He's an inside man on the right. He runs a skinny post, catches it at about 15, 20 yards. The ball's drilled to him. He catches it in stride. The speed's already there, and Aaron Johnson able to take that all the way for the touchdown. His 3rd touchdown catch of the game.
Now the extra point attempt coming for Everett Hoffman. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So we are into mercy rule mode early here in the 3rd quarter, just 18 seconds in. Danville 42, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
5 touchdown passes now for Madden Patrick, the outstanding junior quarterback for the Ironmen. Aaron Johnson, his speedster wide receiver, has caught 3 of them, including a 63-yarder to start this second half and extend the lead to 42-6 and put this game in the mercy rule for the rest of the way.
3 catches now for Aaron Johnson, all 3 touchdowns. Jim, 129 yards on those 3 catches.
Garrett Hoffman will kick it off. He is capable of reaching the end zone, but this one won't get there as it's fielded by Bankus at the 10 to the 20. Sean Bankus over the 20 to about the 23-yard line. So Berwick will get it for the first time. Moving the football was not an issue for the Bulldogs in that first half. As Andy said, 261 yards and a half is a lot, but they just weren't able to finish. And the long touchdown pass to Braylon Hawkins, their only score.
Braylon Hawkins with 3 catches for 113 yards was leading all receivers until that last catch by Aaron Johnson that just went for the touchdown.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 23. Slot to the left. Lear out of the gun. Gives the ball off to Tyler Winter, looking for some running room. Winters over the 25 out to the 27. Pretty good first down play, close to 4.
Justin Kutcher catching him near the line of scrimmage and bringing him down.
2nd and 7 is the market at the 26. Danville looking to improve to 7-1 on the season.
Gavin Jones still out at center, and we're seeing Rocco Romeo still making these shotgun snaps and doing good job of it.
2nd down call. Winter gets it off the right side, then cuts it inside, and Aaron Johnson comes up and puts him down after a very short gain.
Yes, he does. Used his speed to come on down, and as Winter decided on a cutback and sweep right action, he got cut down and had his knees taken out from under him.
3rd and 6, Berwick at their 27-yard line. Early here in the 3rd quarter. After the extended halftime, we'll probably have a fast-moving second half with the mercy rule in effect. Lear out of the gun. Bulldogs trying to convert on 3rd and 6. Lear has the snap. Back to throw, rolls right. He's under pressure. He's going to keep the football himself and picks up the first down to the 35. Nicely done, Ethan Lear.
Justin Kutcher chasing him as he goes sprinting off the right side and then cutting back against the grain. Bo Sheptock also helping in on the tackle, but a good decision by Lear. He could have spit it out to a receiver 4 yards in front of him, but he didn't want to risk the throw. He could see he had a lane, and he got the chains.
1st and 10, Bulldogs at their 35-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, Josh Kishball wide right. Lear fakes handoff, gets the quick out to Braylon Hawkins. Hawkins, nice second effort, gets a first down to the 47. Say, Braylon Hawkins is really coming on as this season progresses.
Yeah, that's his 4th catch. He had 113 before that, 11-yarder there. Not only the catch, their little fake inside, a hitch pass to him at the line of scrimmage. They're playing a cushion on him because he has fine speed. But then he wins the collision at the chains and easily earns the chains for his team.
1st and 10, Berwick. Bulldogs at their own 46. 3 receivers to the right. Lear fakes handoff, keeps the football, has running room, and hit hard and push back, but not before he gets into Danville territory.
Lear enjoys playing football, Jim. You know, a lot of teams, you get down like this, you're demoralized. But you can see there's sort of a joy in running things and running that read option and pulling it out or giving it. They're taking on the collision with Danville in a game where, you're just not going to catch up. But you enjoy the sheer beauty of that read option and the 7-8 yard gain.
2nd down and 4 from the Danville 48-yard line. Lear back to throw. steps up into it, looking long downfield into traffic, and the ball will be intercepted down at the 6-yard line. Cole Duffy pulls it in for the Ironmen.
He threw it very deep. 2 receivers heading down that left side, one down the sideline, one closer to the numbers. And 2 defenders there are deeper than the deepest. Ball's overthrown, and it's that deeper of the defenders who's able to come on up with it, Cole Duffy.
So Bulldogs with the turnover, Duffy with the interception. Danville takes over at their own 5-yard line. As they have a man wide to the left. Madden Patrick, 5 touchdown passes in the game. Slow developing play. Patrick, hands off. Nice defensive play. Gain of just a couple.
Ty Wilkerson, an outside linebacker on the right side, in position. They've been pleased that, people don't get wide of him. That's your first responsibility. But then squeezing it so that you're not giving up as much inside in the C gap. Just a yard.
Second down call coming. Patrick awaits the shotgun snap down at his own 3-yard line. Fakes handoff, keeps the football himself, trying to get outside left, played well by Josh Kishbaugh, and forcing him out of bounds.
Not a guy known for his running. He has nice movement in the pocket to open things up and extend passing plays. But they're a designed run by the quarterback. He'll get about 3 or 4.
Officials signaled stoppage. Trying to see why. And their
penalty that they didn't show us the flag.
And it's against
I didn't
Berwick.
notice the flag, and it looks to be a 15-yarder.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike. So bring it out to the 25-yard line, where it is a first down.
You don't want to see an embarrassing score. You held them on first down. You pretty much held them with a win on second down, and then you give them the first down chains on an unsportsmanlike. Not good football.
3 receivers to the right. Patrick back to throw, rolls left. Stops, throws it across his body, has a man wide open. It's Carter Raup, but he gets into Berwick territory at the 46.
Well, that's good quarterbacking, Jim. He's rolling to the left. That's his less dominant side. He's able to square the shoulders, not quite stop, but square the shoulders enough to throw on the run. Find Carter Raup down that same sideline, just around the numbers.
28 yards on the reception.
Make it look so easy.
To Carter Raup, 1st and 10 at the Berwick 47-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Patrick has the snap, pitches the ball out to Bo Sheptock. Sheptock spun around. A good second effort by him will get him inside the Berwick 45 to the 43-yard line. Tyler Neville on the stop.
Danville's Chase Miller did a nice kick-out block on the defensive end. Bo Sheptock wanted to take that quick pitch to the right. Usually you'd think of sweeping with it, but he saw the nice shield block, kicking the man out, broke up inside of that.
Second down and 6. Ironmen at the Bulldog 43. Under 5 minutes now remaining in the third. Bunch of 3 receivers to the right. It's Patrick. Sends a man in motion to the left. And Patrick back to throw. Man pursuit, fires to the sideline. Diving attempt over there. It's incomplete. Everett Snyder did a good job of putting the pressure on Madden Patrick, forced the throw to come up short.
Yeah, Carter Raup had to go down to the ground. I had the glasses on, and I thought they were going to award the catch. But the official right there on the play, although he's being shielded a little bit, wipes it off.
Everett Snyder, a sophomore, 5'11", 195-pounder. Seen a lot of action tonight at the linebacker with Jimmy DeAndrea out with an injury. Did a good job there putting the pressure on Madden Patrick. Third down, Danville at the Berwick 43. And we have a timeout called, and timeout Danville. 3:52 to go in the third. Ironmen lead at 42-6. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7. WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3. W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3. W288CF Danville at 105.5. And streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Danville 3rd and 6 from the Berwick 43 following their timeout. Madden Patrick pitches the ball to Bo Sheptock off the left. And boy, there's an obvious hold. He gets down to the 18-yard line, but this one's going to come back.
Yeah.
The lineman actually has the nerve to plead his case.
Yeah, he wanted a pancake on that, and then he's down swimming in celebration.
And he's got to get another 15.
Yeah, Justin Kutcher basically tackled the defensive end outside backer there. Very easy to see. And then, to me, there's a little celebration like, wow, did I make a block? And then he saw the flags and reacted. So, yeah, Danville will be pushed back here, probably for two different penalties.
3:45 to go in the third. We're in the mercy rule mode. Danville leading Berwick 42-6.
Mercy rule's supposed to go faster, Jim. Flag here has really stalled things out.
Yeah, they know what the calls are.
Should be 25 yards, 10 for the hold, 15 for the unsportsmanlike. And, you don't step it off. You actually do the math in your head as to what yard line it's going to go to. And, boy, it's way down there to the 34 of Danville. The thing is, you get penalized so bad, and one play they can make it all up. They're that good.
Yeah. 3rd down and 29 is not beyond the realm of possibilities. 3 receivers to the right. 2 of them have already caught touchdown passes in this game. And another one to the left. He's caught one. Patrick back to throw. Sets up a screen to Bo Sheptock at the 35. And boy, a nice defensive play. He looked like he had some room, and Tyler Neville from his linebacker spot just squared up, made a good tackle in the open field, and the punt team will come on for Danville.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be fooled by the screen action. They faked the pitch going the other way, not a pitch, but a pass, and then came back to the screen to Sheptock. But Skylar Neville, I think, has played extremely well for a sophomore. Read that well, stayed with Sheptock, and brought him down.
Garrett Hoffman back to do the punting. Cameron Kirsch does the long snapping. Braylon Hawkins back in single safety for the Bulldogs. Good snap. Kick is away. Hawkins will let it bounce. Takes a great roll where Danville is concerned. And will roll dead down at the 9-yard line.
The reputation of his leg really had the kick return man deep. So deep that even though it was a good punt, good spiral that turned over and came down, and it's long, I thought they should have been able to come up and catch that. But, you get it so high, it's a dark sky, you don't want to fumble it. Not only the long kick that can't be caught, but then a bounce afterwards flips the field.
So Berwick moving from our left to our right with 2:40 to go in the third, trailing 42-6, 1st and 10 Bulldogs at their own 9-yard line. Braylon Hawkins wide right. Josh Kishbaugh wide left. Lear out of the pistol with Winter behind him. And Berwick will lose yardage back to the 6-yard line.
There was great penetration by Lincoln Deal, Jim. He had 3 sacks on the year, and I think you give him credit for 1 there. He had him tripped up down by the ankle and knee. Couldn't quite finish it, but then he came back and finished with the sack. It'll be a loss.
Also 2 for Ethan Lear, back to the 7-yard line.
12 for the Bulldogs.
Stayed tough in the pocket, wasn't going to give ground, hoping his receivers could break open before he'd be knocked to the ground.
2nd and 12. Wide receiver right, slot to the left. Danville coming on a blitz. Lear, play action, has his pass batted down, incomplete. He rolled to his left, trying to set something up to that side, but a Danville player got his hand on the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd and 12 from back at the 7.
Yeah, that player was Chase Miller, who really got a nice penetration. They were showing blitz, almost jumped offside, but didn't. Then you wondered, would Berwick be able to pick it up, as the Danville people had good momentum coming through the A-gaps. Berwick stuffed it, but not enough room for the quarterback to maneuver just 5 yards back.
Ty Wilkerson checks into the Berwick offense. One of 3 receivers to the left. 3rd and 12. Berwick back at their 7. Lear has the snap. Back in his own end zone. Tosses it out to Tyler Winter. Danville runs to the football well. They'll hold Winter to a 3-yard gain to the 10.
Cameron Kirsch, the team's leading tackler, seeing it. Nice pass. You have that deception with trips up to the left. He looks that way and then flips it out here to Winter on the right. Winter, of course, a strong runner. Tries to cut back against the grain, but when you're running into a guy like Cameron Kirsch, who's watching for the quarterback, going to be ineffective.
Braylon Hawkins back to punt for Berwick. Cole Duffy, one of 2 people deep for Danville. The kick is away. Danville will let it bounce. And again, another woeful punt by Berwick. This one to the 33. That's a 23-yarder. There was a 16-yarder earlier. And Danville will take over with 18 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter.
With great field position after the short punt. You know, Jim, I've coached, and it's frustrating. You can have 25, 35, 45 people. And sometimes there's just no one with that leg, with that skill as a punter or as a kicker or, as a kick returner to be able to catch them. And you're really at a disadvantage. Other teams, it's a strength. And wow, can you benefit when it happens to be the strength and you get the special talent there. Is Berwick going to re-kick this?
They are, because Danville had a man go off late, and I was wondering where the flag was. I didn't see the flag, thought there should have been one. And so Berwick will get a re-punt on this one.
Yeah, they'll move it up, but they'll still be 6 yards shy of the yard to gain, so they'll still have to punt. And hopefully they can get off a better punt this time and flip the field.
Bulldogs on the road next Friday night to take on the Comets of Crestwood. Our broadcast from Mountaintop. We'll start with Coach Bennett's show at 6. Right here, closing seconds of the 3rd quarter. In fact, Berwick can let this quarter play out if they so choose, and I think that's what they'll do. As Hawkins looks back over his left shoulder at the scoreboard, which shows all zeros. 3 quarters in the books here at Crispin Field. Danville 42 and Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle and Andy Lickney from Crispin Field in Berwick, home to Bulldogs football since 1929, 3 quarters in the books. We're in the mercy rule mode. Danville dominating Berwick to the tune of 42-6. We start this fourth quarter with Berwick in punt formation. Braylon Hawkins will await the snap from Ethan Lear. Hoping to get more on this one. He actually had a good game punting in Dallas last week. There's a couple of very short punts in this one. Snap is a good one. And Hawkins gets the kick away. And again, takes a bad bounce where Berwick is concerned. Another bad punt to the 33-yard line. So Danville will take over in great field position to start this fourth quarter. And it's a name your score situation for the Ironmen. No substituting yet as they lead at 42-6 as we start the fourth.
Yeah, keep getting short fields, Jim. And it's a team that can score from anywhere on the field on any given play with their speed and the passing game. The way they're able to get things down the seam and clear things open. Short fields haven't mattered much, but it's always an advantage.
Madden Patrick out of the gun. 3 receivers to his left. Pitch, right side. Bo Sheptog, lots of running room down the far sideline. Inside the 20-yard line.
I think it's Aaron Johnson, I think, Jim. I got to double check on that jersey. Yeah, he's wearing 21. He's had 9 carries on the year for 95 yards. Keep him fresh. I'm going to call him just shy of the chains. I don't know how they're not going to move the chains.
That's 10 yards.
There. It's 10 yards. Of course, he has great speed, and you want to make sure that you have depth at every position.
10 yards is still a first down, right? They haven't changed that.
Yeah, and then they moved the chain there. Line judge is sitting there, so.
1st and 10 from the Berwick 24-yard line. Man Patrick fires a bullet pass to the far side, has his man Carter Raup, and he'll get down to about the 17-yard line on the bullet pass as the clock continues to run. 10:35 to go in this one. We mentioned Berwick on the road next Friday at Mountaintop to take on Crestwood. Danville will be at Hollidaysburg. There's a traditional rivalry. 2nd down and 3. Ironmen at the Berwick 17.
There's another local playing Hollidaysburg this week, I think, Jim. They've been coming up this way.
2nd down call coming. 3 receivers to the right. Sheptog is the running back to the left. Here comes Raup in motion. The toss goes to Sheptog, and he gets down to about the 15-yard line before he's ridden out of bounds.
Skylar Neville on that area, the outside backer, playing it well, but Sheptog's able to use his speed and use the sideline to approach the yard to gain, just shy of it.
Well, at the 15, a 3rd down and 1 for Danville. Ironmen break the huddle, send 3 receivers to the right. Patrick out of the gun. Gives to Sheptog off the left side. Tripped up, but not before he gets the 1st down inside the 15. Down around the 13-yard line.
Yeah, there's a big hole there. I don't know who tripped him. Might have been his own man. Because Berwick really didn't have potential tacklers in the area. Might have been able to take it on in toward the pylon.
Now they have him short of the 1st down yardage. And Danville hurries to the line of scrimmage, and Sheptog gets the call off the left side, and he won't get there. Well, that's a nice defensive play.
Yeah, beautiful defensive play. Josh Kishbaugh from cornerback, anticipated run in the short yardage situation, came up aggressively, met him, and kept him short of the chains, and his team, Berwick, will take over.
At the 18-yard line, Bulldogs get it with 8:51 remaining in the game. Berwick moving from our right to our left in this final period. Again, moving the ball hasn't been an issue for Berwick in this game. Finishing has been the issue. And look at this. Some trickeration by the Bulldogs, and Lear back to throw, and he fires to the far side and has a man out there. They had about 4 blockers out there to the right. Threw it to the receiver behind that core of blockers.
Braylon Hawkins was that receiver, and he's going to get a good 8, maybe 9 yards if they'd stretch it. Call it 8. That's going to be his 5th catch of the game. Jimmy had 113 at half, added 11, add this 8. Really a standout performer.
2nd down and 2. Berwick. A little more conventional now as they come to the line of scrimmage. Lear has a slot to the left side. Tyler Winter is the running back. A fake to him. Lear keeps the football, trying to get outside right, looking for a block, can't get it. Does get to the 30-yard line, though, and picks up a Berwick 1st down.
Bo Sheptock playing safety, but anticipating the run. Sees Lear, follows him, but Lear getting to the chains. You know, Jim, there's a few words or phrases I never want to use. And one of them, I told my wife, trickeration. I've sworn that one off, and you'll never hear tush-push out of me either.
Well, you won't get that one from me, but I like trickeration. From the 30. Back to throw is Lear, and his pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Trying to throw a little...
Lear out of the gun. Has the snap, gives it to Winter. He's got some running room off the left side, then cut down at the 38-yard line.
They still play so hard, Jim. Winter, whenever he gets that ball, explodes with it. Going to be a little slow getting up from that last hit, as I think they kind of caught him on the shin pretty hard. Came off the left side, hit the B gap, exploded.
Seven shutouts, including one over Berwick. And this year, they are very...
Big part of it. You start looking and forecasting where's a team looking to state playoff run, and Danville's offense certainly is there. A little bit undersized in their defensive front. They go 218, 205, 200, and 205. Most teams in their classification will go bigger on the offensive line. But quickness and moving people, you know, your defensive play calls, the way that you shoot the gaps, and that's what I've been seeing out of Danville, can often make up for sometimes the lack of size. They're certainly strong at the linebacker area with Kirsch and Aaron Johnson. You see that tremendous speed. We've mentioned Landon Kehoe and Wyatt Schultz throughout. Safety Bo Sheptock was leading tackler here at Berwick for the last couple of years. He plays aggressively. They haven't really been beaten deep on deep passes. We've seen some big pass plays, but not so much somebody beaten deep.
Well, Tyler Winter had to go to the sideline, but he walked under his own power, and Gavin Galusha, the 9th grader, comes in and does not get the 1st down on 3rd and 2. It's hard to go east and west against this Danville defense.
No matter how much speed you have, their quickness is outstanding, and their secondary likes to come up aggressively. They read run when there's no longer any threat of pass. They're coming up and meeting people at the line of scrimmage. That's Gavin Galusha's 12th carry of this season. He had 52 yards prior to that one.
Aaron Johnson, Cole Duffy, deep for Danville, as Berwick will use a timeout. 5:34 to go, 42-6 Danville. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg, for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
This is Berg football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
5 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in this one from Crispin Field. Danville dominating Berwick to the tune of 42-6. Bulldogs in a punting situation, or are they? With a 4th and 3 at their own 38-yard line.
I don't think they're going to be, Jim. Ethan Lear looks more like a quarterback than a long snapper by the way he's heading out. It's 4th and a short 2. Why not go for it?
Remember, Tyler Winter is not in that offense as Lear is back to throw, and he fires over the middle, and it's too high for the intended target, Braylon Hawkins. So Danville will take over in good field position at the Berwick 38-yard line.
Lear seemed comfortable in the 5-step drop or out of that shotgun area momentarily. But boy, the pressure did come on him. By the time he releases that ball, he's being knocked on his backside.
5:29 to go. Danville leads Berwick 42-6. Ironmen break the huddle. Starters still in there. 3 receivers to the right. Cole Duffy is wide to the left. Madden Patrick has the snap. Quick out. Has Kirsch. Makes a nice move to the right. Takes it to the middle of the field. Gets to the 30-yard line. Cameron Kirsch, one of the talented wide receivers we haven't heard a lot from tonight. There's only one football.
Yeah, give him 8 yards on that. His first catch of the game, but on the season, 18 catches, 339 yards, and 5 touchdowns. A very late flag throw, very high, Jim. Got to be a 15-yarder from someone saying something to the referee.
Unsportsmanlike on Berwick.
Yeah, he was walking in that area, and someone's actually being either sent off the field or not feeling very healthy. As we see Mike Fell coming off.
So the referee, Mike Fell, and Bo Sheptog in the discussion.
You always want to know on penalties, was it something said? Did he kick the football? Was it an equipment thing? As a coach, you decide how do you handle that during your week of practice.
It's the ball down at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10.
Penalty, 15-yard mark off
for Danville with 4:55 to go.
Danville will have a 1st and 10 for the Berwick 15.
Kirsch and Rout, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right as well.
Luke Kepichin, defensive line.
And Patrick gives to Bo Sheptog up the middle. Breaks a tackle at the 5 and another. And does he get in? He does for the touchdown. Bo Sheptog from 15 yards out with 4:33 to go.
That'll give him 108 yards on the game, Jim, with that touchdown run. They had him around the 5, and a number of people had him by the jersey, but he would knock it down easily. I think people figured they'll stop him. He's not that big of a guy. Spun around, broke away from the hand tackles on the jersey, and before they knock him down to the ground, he's in the blue of the end zone.
Hoffman will try to stay perfect on extra points. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout of the field, 4:33 to go. Danville 49 and Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
4:33 remaining in the game. Danville just put a score on the board, a 15-yard touchdown run by Bo Sheptog. 49-6 is their lead, as Hoffman will be kicking it off.
Mentioned Bo Sheptog gets a 100-yard game. He was averaging 87 yards a game. Now, while this team primarily does pass, he certainly is the weapon in the running game for the Danville Ironmen.
And even though he doesn't have many attempts or any numbers, I think Madden Patrick could get you a first down or two on the ground just with his heady play.
Well, that and with the 5 men, the immediate spread that you're often seeing, yeah, he does. He has a good feel for things.
As Hoffman kicks it off, line drive kick will go deep in the end zone and out of the end zone for a touchback. So Berwick gets it for perhaps the last time in this game with 4:33 remaining. And Danville with that big lead.
Yeah, we talked about Danville and, possible, how far can they go in a playoff run. The offense certainly is there. I like the quickness and aggressiveness of the defense and the type of defensive calls. When to blitz, when to charge, when to play aggressive, when to stay back and read. I like the way the secondary plays run. I like the way they bend but don't break. But another part, besides offense and defense, is the specialty team play, Jim. And you cannot in any way underestimate the importance of what we're seeing out of Garrett Hoffman. Touchbacks on almost every kickoff when he wants them. Sure thing on the PATs. I'm sure he has distance. Should he try field goals? It's the package.
Berwick from their own 20. Danville has a whole new defensive unit in there. Play action. The pass goes to Harrison Snyder, and Harrison Snyder is out to the 40-yard line on the far side of the field, so they'll pick up 20. The completion to him.
His second catch of the game, Jim, I like him as a weapon. He's a physical presence defensively. That's where you normally think, probably his collegiate area. But as a tight end, he's a great blocker. I think you can forget that you really can use him as a weapon in the passing game.
Here's Lear handing off. Galusha can't handle it. He fumbles the football, and Danville gets on it with 3:52 to go.
Yeah, just not the same chemistry that Lear has with Winter. Galusha a little bit ahead on that. I believe it was Chase Miller who came up with the football that lands in the backfield.
So Danville will have the football with 3:52 to go. And we'll see who's on the field for the Ironmen. They had a completely different unit in there defensively. Now it looks like offensively the same thing. And Berwick will use a timeout. 3:52 to go. 49-6 Danville. You're listening. The Bulldogs football and pop radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
3:52 to go in this one. The final arithmetic. The only thing in doubt. Danville 49 and Berwick 6. Ironmen have the football. They have cleared the bench. We saw a whole new defensive unit and now a whole new offensive unit from the 37-yard line.
Braxton Girardi seems to be the quarterback, Jim.
And he gives off to Aiden Bingaman, and he gets no yardage on the play.
Looks like they'll go pretty vanilla. Although you're in shotgun, you have a couple of running backs. Is there an Xing action? Right there, Bingaman, though, going to lose a yard or two.
Jake Lisnock checks into the Berwick defensive unit. Second down and 13 for the Ironmen at the Berwick 40. Wide receiver to either side. Give on the play off the left side as the carry was by Liam Hagerman. 5'10", 142-pound ninth grader. He gets to the 38-yard line. It will be a third down and 11 for Danville.
We'll see if they let Braxton Girardi throw from this situation.
Stay with us following the game. Julie Letts will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard. Andy will have all the stats for you as well. Here's a third and 11. Danville from their 39. toss, sweep left side. Now lose yardage. Good defensive play by Berwick's Chris Bowman, a sophomore, 6 foot, 180-pounder. Brings the ball carrier down for a loss to the 44-yard line. And Danville bringing the punt team on as we head down toward the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, Liam Hageman had nowhere to go as that man just crashed on through, got penetration, met him deep in the backfield. About an 8-yard loss.
Gavin Galusha is back anticipating the punt. Danville may take a penalty here just to give Hoffman more room to punt.
He could use it. He'll put it in the end zone.
It's back at his 44-yard line. Now they're going to snap it. And he'll get the kick away. Not particularly long, very, very high to the far side of the field. And rolls out of bounds on that side. So Berwick will get it for one more time with 1:30 to go in this one. And Danville leading at 49-6.
Ball went out of bounds on the far side. We'll see where they're going to spot it. It looks like the 21 or 22-yard line over on the far right hash.
And Berwick, fingers crossed that the injury to Tyler Winter isn't too serious. He is walking around on the sideline.
Of course, during the course of the game, they also lost Gavin Jones as he hobbled off, unable to put any weight on his leg. Rocco Romeo did a nice job, errorless in regards to his shotgun snaps.
As opposed to unbeaten Dallas last week and once beaten Danville tonight, Berwick's next two opponents they should be competitive with, but they need all hands on deck, obviously.
Yeah.
As Crestwood will take a 4-4 record into that game next week, and Hazelton had just one win coming into tonight's game. They're about to win their second of the season. As the call goes to Galusha, trying to get outside left, and he is hit hard as he gets to the 20-yard line, so he'll lose a couple.
Yeah, trying to sweep, Jim, and freshmen often get used to what they did in junior high where you could outrun that. You find out that you get up to this level in a varsity game, the defensive speed's a lot better. So when you try to bubble it back and get a little bit more room to get to the corner, defenders often prevent it. He'll just lose a yard or so.
Second down call coming. Gavin Galusha, ninth grader, could be the heir apparent as far as the main ball carrier for the Bulldogs. He gets the call this time and has a little bit of room. Gets over the 25. Good effort out to the 26-yard line. 6-yard carry for Gavin Galusha on what might be the final play of this game. As Ethan Lear just looks up at that clock. Berwick won't take another snap. Teams will meet at the center of the field for handshakes as this one is history. Danville 49 and Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
Even though it's Halloween at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg, we're not afraid. We're not afraid of the strike because we have over 90 new Buicks and GMCs in stock now and more on the way. Plus, we need your trade. So we're also giving you a 20% buyback bonus on your trade. You'll get 20% over the KBB fair trade value. So there's nothing to fear here. Just great selection, great deals, and more for your trade. All this month at Alexander Family Buick GMC. The lowest price guaranteed.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Danville comes as advertised. They roll over Berwick here at Crispin Field 49-6. They got a big performance from their junior quarterback, Madden Patrick, who threw 5 touchdown passes, 4 of them in the first half. 45 yards to Aaron Johnson. And then Patrick actually ran for a touchdown. It was 14-0 after one quarter. Then 64 yards to Cole Duffy, 21 yards to Aaron Johnson, 11 yards to Cole Duffy. Berwick had 6 points at the half, and that was on a touchdown pass from Ethan Lear to Braylon Hawkins. So we look down on the field, and a great moment. All the Danville players who played for Berwick's assistant coach, Roy Dennis, gathered around him, greeting him. Berwick did move the ball in the first half. In fact, they ended up with 261 yards in total offense in that half. And 3 different times they had the ball inside the 20, but couldn't finish. And went in trailing at the break 35-6. First play of the second half, 63-yard touchdown pass from Madden Patrick to Aaron Johnson. Johnson's 3rd reception, Patrick's 5th touchdown pass, 42-6. Danville got their final score with 4:33 to go on a 15-yard run by Bo Sheptock, making the final. Here it is Danville 49 and Berwick 6. Scores of other games. Let's go back to the studios and Julie Lentz.
Thanks again, Jim. As I'm looking down my score sheet here, Mount Carmel right now is ahead of Southern Columbia 42-30. That's still in the 4th. Crestwood tonight, they beat Hanover area 50-7 final. Hazelton area beat Wyoming Valley West 50-14. That's also a final. Wyoming area, they beat Lake Lehman 49-14 final. Bloomsburg, this is still in the